Let's get it. What's good, everybody? What's good? I know I was missing something, man. I feel right where I'm at. Hold on. Yeah. There we go. Yes. What's going on, everybody? This is your boy Slick 50, man. Welcome back to the show. Man, we got a good fight over here on the zone. Riviera. And I think my other guy name, what's my other guy name? Who in here watching it with me? I think Beltran. I think it's Beltran. Bro, Riviera got some fast hands. And he getting with this toss. Some boy, he getting with him. Can't curse this shit. He make it do in his fight. I ain't gonna stunt. But nonetheless, this is a good, Beltran. That's what it is. Good looking DJ. But yeah, this is a good fight right here. We in round 3 of 8. We got tons of stuff to talk about, from Undisputed all the way down to Bivol and everything in between. Errol gets checked at the line. Man, there's a lot going on, man. But before we get into all of that, y'all know do what it say right here. Go on, knock it out the way before we get the show cracking. Also, y'all know the link is always at the top of the chat. So if you want to come on and speak your piece, feel free. Feel free. All right? Mark Wynn, what's good? DJ, what's happening? But yeah, gonna address this thing. Let's see what news is going on. Let's put that ticker down at the bottom and let's get it. Ain't this fight interesting, man? So I'm gonna be talking and watching at the same time, man. You know what I mean? That's the goal right now. So I hope my audio is cool. Salute to Mark Wynn for working with me that night. So I hope everything is still straight. But I did find the root of my problem. It's the computer. I gotta get a new computer. But while I'm doing this, it never fails. As soon as I start working, everybody wants to start calling and texting. But that's life. Anyway. I hope we ain't stuttering too bad, or whatever the case may be. But like I said, man, look. I guess we can talk about this. We're in between rounds. People ask me, do I have Undisputed? Right on, DJ. Appreciate you. Do I have Undisputed? Yes. And I had Undisputed for about 2 years, since 2022. I was one of the first in the beta, played it thoroughly, right? So all I had to do was just update it, and I had the game. I done had the game probably about 5 days now, right? Probably before that, I didn't see the email. But the game is awesome. I see a lot of questions saying it looked like Fight Night, and want to know my thoughts on it. I was gonna make this a separate video, but I haven't even got online and played. Reason being, it's like arcade style for the moment. I understand why it's arcade style for more, because they got to nerf the power punches. It's not averaging out. I had a guy that threw literally 300 and something power punches, and dang, they banging. All right, let me get through this. 300 something power punches, bro. Real spit, right? He landed like 200 and some of them things, right? But his stamina didn't go down. It didn't budge. That's all he was doing, was spamming power punches, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's just one of the major things. And I think they're doing that to get people into the game. You know what I'm saying? I remember Fight Night was like that. You know, you can spam body shots out of nowhere and stuff like that. Also, the flash, the knockdowns sometimes don't make sense. Man, they banging, bro. Beltran throwing them hands. They done had some bangers on this card. Salute to Jake Paul, bro. Beltran keeping a stick out there, bro. He came in ready. He not scared at all. But there's several other ticks. You know, there's I call it a free hit. You get a good hit on me, and it's like it make you do this animation where you kind of shake your head and then get hit again. That's dangerous, bro. And the biggest thing online for me The 8 rounds, bro. I don't like that. You know what I mean? We need to go to 12. Some fighters, man, because it's based off like real life skills. So some fighters, if I fight somebody that's a natural heavy puncher without using the power punches, I may want to carry him into the later rounds, bro. You know what I mean? Or I might be fighting somebody who just got them skills with the game. I might want to carry them in the later rounds. I'm not able to do that. And that oh my God, it just kills me. And so much other stuff. Like you do a step back, straight right, just literally step back, pow. And it's like you can't dodge it. You can't, I don't know what it is. They got a lot of stuff nerfed, and I feel like in the beta, it was some stupid stuff in there, right? But it was a lot more. You was able to be a little more elusive. Like, I don't like how you roll under punches. You got clicking the stick, roll under the punches. They need to find a better way with that. Or at least allow us to change it. You know what I'm saying? In the controls. But other than that, that's my thing is I want to be more fluent. I ain't gonna lie, it's way better than Fight Night. Way better than Fight Night. Storyline Fight Night, it's the shit. That shit felt like a movie. They're not on that level yet. Before it's gameplay, oh, it's killing it. It's killing it. You know what I mean? Whatever. Now, for people saying that are asking me, man, it looked like Fight Night. It looked like, no, it don't. It depends on what system you playing. I've seen it on PS5 and Xbox. Now, you got to understand, those are two different systems, two different platforms. If you play 2K NBA 2K on PS5 and you played on Xbox, you know exactly what I mean. You know exactly what I mean. You know, some colors going to be bland on one system. The other one's not. The people going to look a little more rounded, more, you know, it's just going to be in that nature. I play PC. So why people are confused saying, why this looks so great? Why this looks so great? Because you might be looking at PC, bro. When I play on PC, that shit is A1. You know what I'm saying? A freaking one. That's my take on Undisputed. For me, this is going to be dominating. I don't care if EA try to come out with something. What they're doing is crazy. Oh, and they took a lot of people off. I played with a lot more people. I played with boxers from Ireland. It was UFC fighters on it in the beta. Bro, it's a lot more coming too. Stay tuned. We got that boy DJ in the house. What's going on, bro?
How are you, Slick? These boys are fighting for something serious.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I thought Riviera was gonna be able to get up under him, but he finding his way. He got some fast hands to be that little, and he getting to him. But I gotta give it to Beltran. Beltran ain't backing up at all. He's like 100% with the shits on this fight, bro. And his frame being so fragile like that. Well, I call him fragile because he got the right nickname, Skeletor.
He's related to Fondora.
Right. You're exactly. As long as we don't see no elbows, man, we good. But yeah, no doubt. That's why I said salute to Jake Paul putting his card on. The fight's been entertaining, nonetheless.
All but the heavyweights, Slick, have been good, entertaining fights to watch on this card. Because I watched a few of the prelims. The prelims, they went at it too. There was a couple of knockdowns and knockout. They went in hard. But then the heavyweights danced around and just tapped each other. They were too scared of each other to get hit. So that was a bit boring.
Yeah, them heavyweights, you don't never know what you're going to get. That's why it's slim pickings up there right now in the heavyweight division. But it's good to go on and throw them out there so we know who's who. But yeah, nonetheless, this fight is off the chain. Because I thought Skeletor was going to come in here. He was going to, fight. But nonetheless, this is this man's card.
Oh.
Ooh, big overhand right from little dude.
Every time he gets hit, he fires back. They're willing.
Yeah. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah. What's my guy name in the blue shorts? Rosario? Or am I getting the names mixed up?
Riviera.
Riviera. Yeah, he's definitely showing up to show out. You know what I'm saying? He part of Jake Paul's stable, and you see, I don't know if you was watching the in-betweens. Oh, that was a big ass right he hit Skeletor. Skeletor got a chin. He knocked the sweat off his head and future sweat that didn't even exist off his head. God damn it. My God.
His neck's so skinny that his head's like a bobblehead. So maybe when the punches land, the contact might not hurt him because he just rides through it. Oh!
You saw it? You saw it. I was waiting on it. I knew you didn't see it yet. I knew you didn't. That was a big fucking right hand. He ate that sumbitch, didn't he? He ate that sumbitch. Damn. Yeah, if y'all not checking this fight out, I'm telling y'all missing out on something, bro. Jake Paul threw a card in Puerto Rico and actually created his own Puerto Rican versus Mexican fight, and it's killer. This fight is killer. This is the stuff I be talking about, man. Everything ain't, you don't have to be fucking 20-0 and all that shit. These guys straight fighting. Boxing.
Is this a Jake Paul, Amanda Serrano joint promotion? Is that how
she's signing him, but she's trying to bring up the Puerto Rican fighters. So, you know, he got a house over there and stuff. And I will throw this out there. We do know what's going on in Puerto Rico right now, where they're letting a lot of rich people move over there and stuff because the taxes are cheap. So it works, right? He could throw as many shows as he wants and barely pay anything in taxes. And they get to get paid and they don't have to pay tax. You know what I mean? So it's a win-win. But on the upside of it, I look at it as the reverse. Just like baseball, right? American baseball. American baseball used to be primarily a white sport, right? And then they brought the blacks in, and then they was like, dude, it's some kids over there in Puerto Rico and Cuba. And now the MLB is primarily Puerto Rican and Cuban. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's the small countries like the hidden gems. So I think he's doing that too. He's trying to find the next Miguel Cotto. You know what I mean? Or Tito Trinidad. You know, you heard, I don't know if you heard his coach talking. The coach said, well, we was looking for the next Amanda Serrano and we done found her. You know what I'm saying? So he trying to build his stable up and he got some nice fighters. I'm not going to lie. And they putting a show on. That's the thing. They not coming there look pretty and they still look good doing what they do. It's still technique. It's not no just scrapping. It's not no, oh my God, this motherfucker right here, Riviera got a right hand from hell. God damn, Skeletor, how the fuck are you standing? I swear Skeletor's face is made out of concrete. And salutes to the ref for getting in between and getting out the way ASAP. Damn, that left hook. I think Beltran oh, that left hook. That's two big left hooks. Beltran, hey, I think you found your punch. I always forget. I done forgot his name that damn quick. I'm on my third cup of drink, y'all. Forgive me.
Beltran and
Riviera.
Well, Ribera.
Rivera.
Rivera.
Yeah, Rivera.
I could watch a fight like this for hours.
Yeah, man. This is the stuff. This is the stuff I be trying to tell people about. They look at it, they be like, I don't know them. And then you watch, you be like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? And then you'll never forget Rivera's name. Next time you see Rivera's name, you be like, oh, I'm gonna check that fight out. You know what I mean? That's how I watch all my boxers, like all this tearing stuff and all.
Beltran either.
Yeah. He got a chin. He gonna be tough.
Go.
Yep.
This might be closer than you think, Slick.
What'd you say?
This might be closer than you think.
Yeah, man. But Rivera is landing the cleaner punches though. That's what's gonna separate the two.
Well, punch, it's round 6. I've probably got Rivera winning maybe the first and second, but then Beltran came back in the middle. Ooh.
It's a close
worst, it's 4-2. At worst.
Yeah. If I had to, it's so close to me. If I had to separate, it's the punching. That boy and Rivera is finding a home. Not even found the home for his left. Man, and then he hit hard, bro. This boy, damn, that left. See, he throwing the left now. He done found the home for the left, bro. He got some precision with his punches, bro. Like he's legit picking his punches, bro. Man, who's this trainer? See, now I want to know who the fuck training this kid. Because he's doing a damn good job. 2 good body shots by Rivera. And Beltran doing the right shit. He trying to fight his height. You know what I'm saying? It's just, Rivera is just quick. He's really, really quick with his hands and feet. Now, these ain't prelims, bro. This is the main event.
This is the main event.
It's on the zone, Punch. It just still going on. Shit, I got a whole show planned out. It's just that the fight's still going on. And it's so interesting. It's like, damn, I tried to start off the show, but shit. Man, salutes to the ref, bro. He ain't take him to the corner, get no scissors. He tucked that tape.
Yeah, tell him to get out of the way of the camera, though, Slick.
Yeah. And I like Beltran. He trying to use his height. You know what I'm saying? It's just shit. Little dude, damn, them right hands is a motherfucker. How many more right hands can Beltran eat? Buck pack a lunch, you taking them to dinner.
Is the ref actually allowed to do that? To actually tidy up a boxer's gloves?
No, it was tape hanging.
To the corner for it.
It was tape hanging down. I'm with it.
Oh.
I'm with it.
Oh.
Because it keeps the action going. And I don't know how they do it in Puerto Rico. To be honest with you. Damn, these boys is good. They're good. They putting a show on. Ooh. Now he got a gazelle punch. That ain't shit this boy can't do. And I know we talking real good about these guys. I ain't saying these guys ready for no top tier. I'm just saying for their level, they put on a show in a goddamn good fashion, bro. It's all fans be one right here. Go in there and give it your all. Fuck trying to look all pretty and shit. It's gonna look pretty anyway if you got the skills. And that's definitely what Riviera's showing us. And then for Beltran to be that young, fighting his height, not bending over, he ain't trying to give nothing up. It just he can't help it. He got to get away from it.
I'm calling for a rematch right now, even before the last round.
Right, I agree. I'm thinking if anybody else would have got hit with that many right hands, they would have failed. That boy Beltran got a chin. He has a chin. Now I'm talking about the feet, everything. These kids taking it serious. I think Jake Paul got him one. Shit, Jake Paul might fuck around and try to sign Beltran. Look out, he won't even let you lay on him. He pushed him off with the shoulder. Ooh, that was the best combination that Beltran threw. And he got greedy, just caught an overhand right. That's the cleanest I've seen Rivera get hit this entire fight. Damn, he came back with a 2-piece of his own. That ain't a knockdown. Good shit. Ooh, now he turning him. This dude is fast. The way he handling this tall cat. I don't think he'll have no problem on no other tall person. Besides if they got more power than Beltran. Because he's very comfortable fighting this tall motherfucker. Damn, another right hand. And now he mixing up with the left.
I'll guarantee you, Slick, that anyone that paid to go to this card and actually went there hasn't left.
Right. Facts. This is actually packed. I didn't expect Riviera to be this fast, bro. And to be precise with his punches. Oh my God, the right cross was there. He has a toolbox already. Did you see Rivera's record?
Yeah, they're both about 10-0, 9-0, something like that.
He already fighting like this? Sheesh.
Yeah, but he's gonna be a fucking... Over there, they have a heap of amateur fights before they go pro, though, too.
Yeah, he's gonna be a fucking problem, bro. He's gonna be a fucking problem. At the end, he just did a step back, right cross.
Did you see? Is this 130 or 135?
I didn't even get to see. That's what I'm saying. I didn't even get to see when they showed the, you know how they put the tail of the tape up. I didn't even get to see that. Yeah, I'm with you. Rematch.
Yeah, that was sick. That's a good entree for the card tomorrow.
Hell yeah. Jake Paul got him one with this kid. He got him one. And if I'm Jake Paul, I'm going to talk to the other kid. Hey, you signed anybody? Hey, I can make some money with you because you got a granite chin. And that boy, Beltran can be tough for anybody. And he eat punches like that. My God. Beltran has no fear. No fear. Because to take them many right hands and hard left hands like that and keep coming, he's a bad man.
I'll tell you how it's a good fight. Look at both teams. Everyone's smiling.
Right. They both did some good work in there, man. Man, he was walking to some shit I swore was going to knock him on his ass. But right when you think it just don't happen, man. Salute to Rivera. I got to get your name right because I'm definitely about to be following him. I'm pretty sure he on X and Instagram. Definitely going to be fine. I want to know his next fight. Because I'm willing to bet money. If that was anybody else, he would have dropped their ass. It just huh?
He's got Fondora. He's got Fondora in the blood. He must.
Yeah.
Some of those rights landed clean on his chin. You just have a look at those replays there. And
Yeah.
go, Christ.
He was eating them, bro. Flush. Yeah, man. Skeletor ain't no joke either.
So what's on your agenda for the judges' table, Slick?
God damn it.
There's
of course
lots
the
to
Bivol
talk
fight.
about.
Hell yeah. Of course the Bivol fight. How they trying to screw Janabek. And it was something else. Oh, Earl Spence get stopped in his tracks. Yeah. It's a lot to talk about.
That's with the WBO, you mean?
Oh, you talking about Janabek? Oh,
No,
both of them.
Spence.
The WO on some shit right now. I don't know what they on, but they and I ain't gonna lie, I like it. I don't like how they doing Janabek though, because they're not giving the whole truth out just yet. I don't know what the hell it is. They just on a part mad because he didn't represent the WO. You see what I'm saying? But they haven't gave a I don't know if you ever been on WO website or whatnot. They primarily will give you, let me see something real quick. Let me move me and I could probably show you.
Rivera got it, washed it. 80 to 72, 80 to 72, and 79 to 73.
Mm-hmm.
It might have been a little bit harsh. He was dominant, but I didn't think he was quite that dominant through the middle rounds. I thought Beltran stole a couple.
Yeah, no, it's his card. You know what I'm saying? It's his card. That's why. All right, so we go to, where let me go? I'll do it right here. Let me see. Let's see. Okay. I probably just got to shrink it down. I'll move it where I want it so you can see it. Let's find it. So this is the WBO, right? So here's the cause letter. Yeah. So here's the cause. All right. So you get a reasoning cause and then the outcome, right? So this is what you get to see what they actually sends the fighter right here, right? Oh wait, shit. Actually, I gotta move it, don't I? All right, here we go. Right here.
Yeah, so, I'll just drop down while you're going through this and it'll give you more screen space.
Okay, cool. All right, so this is the letter, right? So this is my thing, right? When you read through all of this right here, right? So here it is, basically right here. Let me read it. Middleweight championship was at stake by having Akumi won TKO 9, blah, blah, blah. Janabek as WBO middleweight disregarded his obligation to defend his title. And all right. And they tell you they'll intervene to give you their code numbers and blah, 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 right? So if you want to read this, you know, it shows that they signed off. It shows the type, who they emailed it to, the Aegis, you know, all of that, where it went, blah, 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 right? So they're bad because I think if y'all were around when I was like, why didn't I made the video and I was wondering why, I believe it was just for the IBF. It wasn't, he didn't have the WBO. And I was like, did they strip him? What happened? You know what I mean? And so I was like, this is some bullshit. I'm not understanding. And I couldn't find nothing on it. Well, that was the problem. So this is how they trying to do Janabek. Mind you, that fight just fucking happened. Just happened. They didn't sit this dude, told him he got to go in negotiations right away. Right away. They're saying, we don't give a damn what you got going on. You got to go fight Team Shiraz. Now they going to put him, now we just watched Beltran, right? Tall ass, fight Rivera, all right? We just watched Fundora, Tim Tszyu, right? Now we're going to watch Janabek go against Shiraz. Shiraz is about 6'3". I got it pulled up. He about 6'3", bro. Yeah, he's 6'3" right here. 6'3", which is crazy, bro. Right? Not a good fighter. Just watched him not too long ago. Good fighter, just tall and lanky. Right? No one. He's 21-0 for a reason. You know what I'm saying? And Janabek is like 5'11". And see, they didn't say like, you know, he didn't represent the WO because of X, Y, and Z. You know, they didn't say that at all. They're just telling him he got 15 days, all right, to reach an agreement. You understand what I'm saying? And then they'll go to purse bid. And that's fucking crazy. Like automatic. And I think this is them punishing him because he didn't represent them. In other words, you didn't represent us, so we didn't get our sanctioning fees. You get what I'm saying? So, you know, that to me is, when it comes to these sanctioning bodies, this is one of those examples where like how they could pull rank on that or whatnot. And like I said, usually you'll get something, you know what I mean? Like this letter telling you they reached an agreement, the fight and all this stuff. If it load up, something ain't going right. I want my internet acting stupid. But yeah, it's just load. Come on, act right. Anyway, that would have been for the fight. Then you get this when something wrong or whatever the case may be. All that shit, like you see over here, it would have went to purse bid. See that? All of your stuff that you want to know on every website that goes out to these fighters be on the website. And the one thing that's missing, it was the punishment they gave him, whether it was gonna be a fine or stripping or no. I think they just like, bet we just throwing you in another fight. And if you don't want it, we gonna strip you, or we hoping you get your ass whooped. You know what I'm saying? That's what I really think, bro. That's what I really think. I think shit like that don't be fair. But then they turn around and do what they did to Earl, and a lot of people mad at it. And I've been getting a lot of arguments over this shit, and I don't give a fuck. This is the part of the show where I'm coming at, I don't care. Bring it. I don't give a damn. You can cry, whoop, and holler. Right is right. You can try to find rules. You can try to find all that shit. That shit don't matter because ain't no rules for what the fuck that man did. He skipped the goddamn line. And I'm talking about Earl Spence. Right? I keep telling you, there's no way he should have been ranked if he didn't even have a fight. He coming off a loss, went up, didn't even have a fight, and thought they was going to get that off. Now, I do got a caveat at the end of this rant of mine, but this is for the casual fans that came after me. I don't care, bro. This is what was supposed to happen. He was supposed to be stopped, bro. You ever been in school and everybody was in the lunch line and it was that one kid that was always trying to jip you, or some people say skip the line, right? Yeah, that's what this exactly was. He tried to skip the line, cut in line, and say, no, I'm getting my lunch before yours. No. Sorry, not happening, G. Not happening. You see what it say right there. You see what happened right there. Fundora versus Spence not happening. WBO threatens to strip title. And everybody mad at it. Oh, how can they do Earl like that? First and foremost, let's clear this up. Everybody trying to say Bud running. Bud ain't duck shit. They came to agreement. They talked to him. He said, okay, if that's what you want to do, cool. Right? Now, Terrence doesn't not, he could end up getting burned severely behind this, but I wouldn't agree with them. Even though you got Samson in if you don't know what Samson is, I can't never say his last name, Lukowitz or something like that. This guy right here, I don't know if my arrow even show up on the damn y'all screen. With the red bandana on, that's Samson. He made a statement talking about Terrence pulled out the last day. No, they contacted him and said that we want to get 10 days. They put in for the 10 days. On it, and they was talking, but they had a different direction from the get-go to fight Earl Spence. That fight that had went through, the news was true that he was supposed to fight Earl Spence at the moment he skipped the line. But then the WBO said, hell no, this can't go like this. And now everybody trying to say Bud is blocking him. Bud not blocking him. Bud is actually in the shit can. And I don't like it. I wouldn't have let them go fight Earl. I would have fought Fundora. And I'm going to explain why in a minute. All right, check this out. This is what it say. And a lot of discussions have turned to a potential matchup against Earl Spence, with whom Fundora was also negotiating. See? However, WBO attorney Gustavo Oliveri, I believe that's how you say that, explained why the organization does not support this fight and may impose sanctions. Fundora must comply with the WBO rules and fight a contender from the top 15 rankings. It's very simple. Spence's team or his representatives can certainly file a petition and argue why he deserves consideration for a spot in the world ranking and request an opportunity to enter the top 15. Now, I'm going to get back to that. Now, the WBO could place Spence in the top 15 of the junior middleweight division, which will be decided separately. However, in this case, the winner will be obligated to face Terrence Crawford in the next bout. Now, that's the part I don't be liking. If he ain't supposed to be in the top 15, why can't I give you that reason, right? This is where slick promoters come in at, right? This is where Al come in and be like, we already had this shit signed. Well, this is what I already thought. I thought they already had it signed. He put up, because sometimes all you got to do is show them it was already signed and we got a card already ready and we have a venue. And usually that would sway the sanctioning by say, well, all right, bet. Especially when they see how much money could be made off of this. So they'll be like, okay, bet, right? Well, in this case, I guess that didn't fly. Right? But he can come back with it. Now, I don't know who gonna handle that. Is it gonna be Luis the Coopers? Because the word is out that Al is very ill. So salute to Al, get better. You know what I'm saying? You know, I don't know what's wrong with him, but it's out that he's sick. That came from Jamal Charlo, mouth himself, you know, amongst others. You know what I'm saying that he's very, very ill. So salute to him, prayers up to him. But so I don't know if Luis the Cooper is going to put this injunction in or whatever the case may be, right? But this is what's supposed to happen. When have you ever seen a loss, somebody get a loss, go up and fight a champion? Never. Like this would have been the ultimate saying that rankings don't matter. But Earl sexuals and shit want to sit there and say, he deserves it. He deserves it. Why you want him to fight Fundora? I don't know why. I'm going to watch it because I'm a boxing fan. But as a fan of Earl, no, I don't want to see that. You want to know why? He couldn't the boy can't handle southpaws. Guess who was southpaw? And fucking 7 feet. Fundora. Like, come on, y'all, bro. This is a cash out, clearly, but still. Stop playing, bro. Y'all gotta come with something stronger than that. You know what I mean? And for everybody talking about, yeah, he still got more fame than Bud. I don't give a fuck about no fame. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Bud stepped aside because they said that's what they wanted to do. He granted their wish because the winner guy supposedly has to come see them. But let me tell you how this motherfucking side works. See, none of this shit really matters because they don't work together. The WBO gonna do what the fuck they want to do. WC gonna do what the fuck they want to do. And promoters are gonna do what they want to do. Easily Al could say, drop that motherfucker. I don't give a fuck. And let me tell you how. Say motherfucking Fundora, this fight don't go through. Say it don't go through. We about to watch Tim Tszyu fight Morelitaev. I can't say his name. Which DJ was on here? He know I said Morelitaev, whoever his opponent is. Tim Tszyu win that. Who Fundora gonna fight then? Come on, man. And it's in-house. Man, drop that motherfucking belt. Fuck that belt. I'm just saying. It's crazy, bro. Say the Fundora, say Spence do get to fight Fundora. That's one fight. Then they both fight Terrence. Nope, drop the fucking belt. We don't give a fuck about that belt. Go fight Tim Tszyu. That's 2 fights. That's basically all of motherfucking 2025. Now, that's part of how Terrence kind of got himself in the trick bag. Then on top of this, if Crawford chooses to fight someone else, he would lose his status as a mandatory challenger. So what? Bud Poe just sit on ice? This is why I said that the road to undisputed. Nah, bruh. You about to let Al get all the belts. And he gonna freeze Bud out. Or because what you gonna do? Sit to the end of 2025 or mid 2025? The end of 2025 for real. From your last fight? Man, I don't think not, man. The only thing I hope is that Bud got something up his sleeve. Like he knows something that we don't fucking know. Like, you know, we know he said he wanted undisputed, but we also heard him say, hell no, he wasn't gonna fight Canelo. Remember that? He wasn't gonna fight Canelo. Remember, he said that's why weight class for a reason, but he turned around, won't fight Canelo. He said he want undisputed. Maybe he don't give a fuck about undisputed. I don't know. But to make that move, I'm leaning towards he don't care about undisputed no more. That's all I'm saying, because you've been through it. You've been through it with PBC. Go do this, do that. Da, 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 da. Nah, bro. Nah. But shout out to WO on this, though. Hey, stop them in their tracks. If they convince them, fine. But either way, if Spence don't get it, Fedor gonna end up fighting the winner of fucking Tim Tszyu. I'm betting money on that. They ain't gonna care about that goddamn belt. They don't keep. That's a big fight. Tell me this right now, and I can guarantee it. Y'all will watch that fight again. Tim Tszyu Fedor with the belt or without, because he'll still get the winner belt from Tim Tszyu. What's up, DJ?
If you get time, Slick, we had this all described to us by Rob on Punch's last live. And I was shattered, like, well, not emotionally shattered. I was playing it up a little bit. But from what I remember, and I hope that I'm not misquoting Rob, and if Punch is still there or even Mark was there, basically, Al was able to show that Spence had already signed a contract to fight the winner of Tim Tszyu Fondora, whoever that was, with a view at the time that it was probably going to be Tim Tszyu until the cut, and you know how that planned out. Since then, well, at that point that Tim fought Fondora is that he had a 1-fight contract remaining. He had a 2-fight deal. Fondora was number 1. He had a second one to go. Since then, he signed up to a 3-fight contract with PBC, and using Rob's words, it's now a contract under perpetuity. So be it. But whilst Spence had that contract to fight the winner, that put him in front contractually to interrupt the Fondora Bud fight. All right? And regardless of who ends up winning that, what you forget is Jamel Charlo is champion recess at WBA. Well, the thing is with the champion recess that if Jamel actually pulls that and demands to fight, they can actually on paper delay that for 18 months. They got 12 months to do it, and then they got 6 months worth of negotiations or what have you. So from the WA and the Jamel Charlo point of view, is that sees Bud all the way to retirement if he doesn't want to wait 18 months to fight. And then you've got the in-house stuff where Fondora probably, or Spence, whoever the winner is, Tim will probably get the loser because there's no money in it for Al to have a unification fight within the same stable.
It could go either way, though.
So
either way, he's still freezing Bud out.
Exactly, and that's my point. So Bud's not going to be able to get an opportunity at the IBF. He's already the WBA champion, but
Right.
Mel Charlo can pull that, and he won't get a crack at the WBC. So there's no way where for Bud to go, and from
Right.
what we understand, Bud didn't take step aside money.
No. I remember reading it here. This came out yesterday. No, he didn't. They contacted Bud, and they was talking it out, and that's what he wanted. And Bud basically said, okay. And the WBO basically said, since you agree to it, if you take another fight in between their fight, you get you lose your mandatory status. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. So basically, we had a look, or just quickly thought about everyone and anyone that's actually not tied to PBC. And technically, Canelo is still tied to PBC. In the fine print somewhere, he still owes the a fight under the 3-fight deal.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It's just that Canelo's been able to do other things.
What he want. Yeah, he do whatever you want.
Right? So that might be blocking Bud out a little bit too to get the Canelo fight. So if PBC have got it in for Bud, and without making accusations or any of those sorts of things, it looks like they're not in favour of Bud, so to speak.
It's not. It's not.
What you then start to do is you go, well, hopefully a Boots Innes gets a unification at 147. He'll never get an undisputed, right? That'll be years away if it happens with the politics.
Right.
Maybe if he gets a unification against a Norman or something like that, and he wins that, maybe then that'll give Boots the opportunity to go to 154 and fight Bud, because Bud won't come back down to 147.
Hell no. So and that's about the only thing out there.
Well, unless you start talking to a female, and I don't.
No, fuck him. Fuck him.
Yeah,
nope.
Exactly.
I wouldn't even give him a fucking fight the way he talked. Shit coming out of his mouth.
Or Bud's got to think about maybe going to 160.
Yeah, if he won't, but I don't know, bro. I'd like to see him one more time at 154. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we all do. We all do. And like I said to Punch, I said, look, and I was saying to Rob, I said, look, I accept that maybe that's the moves that's been made and that's how boxing works, but really it's not great in the whole health of it, because you want to be able to see the best fight the best, regardless of which promotion group or what belt that they've got.
Right.
What a wonderful spectacle to be able to watch Bud potentially get 3 times undisputed if he's good enough.
Yeah, that's why I said I was mad that he agreed to that. Like, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't think he had a choice. I think he just come out and said, yeah, I let it happen, but behind closed doors, there was no way for him to jam his foot between the door and...
Well, according to the WO, from right here, he had the shot. They shut it down. And they said that they could put a petition in to say to explain to them why they feel like Spence deserves that shot.
Yeah, but hang on a minute. This is the same sanctioning body that only 2 months ago said that, Fondora, if you don't fight Bud, then you relinquish your WBO and Bud gets it.
Right.
So it's the inconsistency that bothers you, right?
Yeah.
They make one rules for some fighters and not rules for the other fighters. So
that's what I was saying. And then on top of that, they do what they want, and then the promoter could do what he wants. It's nothing where nobody can hold nobody. Like I said, if Al wanted to, say he won, say him and Spence do fight, right? And Fondora wins. Al could say, fuck that belt. You gonna fight Tim Tszyu. That's in-house. And it's still gonna be for a belt. As long as Tim Tszyu wins. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but he doesn't need to drop the belt to fight Tim Tszyu.
No, I'm saying if it's going by from what they posted, what WO put out, right? They're saying like he has to fight Bud next. If he don't, he gets stripped. Al will tell him, I don't give a fuck about that WO. Give it to him. You gonna fight Tim Tszyu next, and that's for a belt. If Tim Tszyu wins his fight, that bout will still be for a belt, and everybody will tune in to that Tim Tszyu and Fondor rematch. Like that's what I'm saying. Like even though WO put this shit out here, all the sanctioned bodies say, if you don't do this, we're gonna do this. Promoters be like, I don't give a fuck. Like,
yeah, look,
you know what I mean?
It's not a great outcome for Bud or the fans. Like,
No, it's not.
And look, to be fair, I'm actually interested to see how Spence comes back after his last fight. I'm interested to see how Maul Charlo comes back, you know, been in the shadows for a while. I'm interested to see how Jamel comes back after not fighting. Jamel hasn't fought at 154 for 3 years now.
Right.
So, you know, these are all, I said to Punch, these are all question marks. I'm not suggesting who wins or should win. I'm just saying, look, they're question marks to see it, because over the last 18 months, if you've had a long break other than Bud, you get beat.
Right.
In lots of the divisions. Long layoffs just haven't been helping people.
No, it's not.
Punch, if you're still here, did I explain that right or close enough to what Rob was explaining? Go back and have a look, Slick. You'll be able to fast forward.
No, I know exactly what you're talking about. The day when he got in the picture, I can show you the picture. Right here. I can put it on screen right now. You'll be able to see it. Right here.
Oh no, I'm talking about what we were talking about on Punch's Life.
No, I'm saying this is what he was talking about. When Earl got in the ring, it was already in the plans. You get what I'm saying? This is that photo. So before this, they had already been talking, and I've talked to Rob, you know, and it's the truth. They had to be talking, and I'm gonna tell you why. If you go watch the post press conference, when you look at it, he was the only one that said he wanted to fight Terrence. He was like, I would like to fight Earl, but I want to fight the best. And right now, Terrence Crawford is the best. When I tell you, everybody that was sitting on those stools and looked at him like you better shut up. No, that's not going to happen, because they already had been in talks. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but if you look at it from the flip side of the coin and you walk in the fighter's shoes, if you've got fighters like a Tim Tszyu or a Fondora that really want the biggest challenges and their legacy, what you're also doing by making these moves is you're not giving them the opportunity to fight one of, if not the pound per pound fighter. The man might retire and you didn't get an opportunity to actually test yourself against him, right? To either learn some really wonderful lessons or, you know, that massive upset to skyrocket you into stardom. So, you know, for those that have the want and the motivation to take those biggest challenges, they're not getting them. But look, say what you want about Al, but he's 5 and 6 steps ahead of everyone else in most instances. He's got 54 locked up. He's got 60 locked up. He might even have 68 locked up. You know, you can't move anywhere without talking to PBC.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. And the moves is already being made going towards Netflix. See that? He got Mario Barrios on that Mike Tyson card now. Even Bob, now Bruce Carrington, he's on that card. So you have top ranked PBC and MVP promotions all on one card. On that Netflix card, on that Jake Paul, Mike Tyson card.
Well, if anything that you've seen, that the external pressure that Turkey's put on some of the promoters have made them actually think a little bit bigger and start stacking their cards and making it worth or closer to worth some of the pay-per-views. So by proxy, that money injection and influence injection has changed how comfortable some of the other promoters were with, you know, just doing what they normally did. So look, we as fans just benefit from that. Mr. Swamp, how you going? I bet $7,000 that Bivol fight goes over 8.5 rounds.
Ooh-wee. I think it goes the distance. I think it goes distance. But before we jump into that, I just want to put this new announcement that came out. Turkey is doing a new 5 versus 5, and he does hope Bud to be in it, even depending on the outcome of the Du Bois fight. Whenever he posts got somebody about to be lined up, he hoping the boys be in there and Tyson Fury and Usyk be part of this 5 versus 5. And it's supposed to take place February.
Well, Frank Warren, what's your thoughts on this when it's on the same subject? Frank Warren and Eddie Hearn.
Oh, God, don't do it. I know what you're finna say. Are you finna say Eddie bad luck?
No.
Oh, okay. Good.
Suggesting that the Riyadh season cards have overtaken Vegas.
Yeah,
when you have a look at what they've delivered over the last 12 months, and the spectacle and I suppose the investment that they've put in the shows, like even the weigh-in spectacle was pretty good. I watched it early this morning. Has it exceeded the Vegas baseline? Where Vegas used to be the bee's knees, is Riyadh breaking even or sticking its head out in front now?
Yeah, I think the thing is if they're not, they're on their way because they're being consistent. They're being consistent with good cards, great talent, and also putting new talent out there for the world to see. You know what I mean? Like, I'm so happy that the world about to get to see Wardley and Clark. You know what I mean?
Oh, we're going to have to talk about that one, but that's hard to pick, that fight. I'm still sitting on the fence. But for me, it's the matchups. If you have a look at the type of fights, because Clark and Wardley was on the very first Riyadh season.
Yeah.
And they had that, pretty much that draw, really.
Yeah, it was a draw. Yeah. It was, that fight was nice, bro. For Big Frazier, what's his record? Like 9-0, 8-0? The fight, the way he fights, I was like, damn.
Wardley knocked him down right at the end of the round, so he couldn't actually go on with it. So that was a little bit lucky for Fraser Clark. But Fraser Clark has come in 30 pounds heavier, 271 he came in, and Wardley's 241.
Do you know his weight was on the first fight?
No, I don't. But if you allow me to be quiet for a little while, I can do a bit of homework and come back to you.
That works. Yeah, I want to know because I got it saved too. I was watching. I fell asleep, but I was watching. I think I probably fell asleep third round. It was super late, but yeah, I definitely. I swear to God, for all week, I even I could show you guys. I contacted the Zone because it wasn't on there for me to buy it, and I was like, "What the fuck going on? I want to see this shit." You know what I'm saying? And it finally popped up, and I purchased it, but. Nonetheless, though, that's the one. I know Beterbiev Bivol, but that heavyweight fight right there, Clark and Wardley, you don't want to miss it. I promise you. And if you want, go watch the first one, and then you're going to understand exactly what I'm talking about. That shit was a war.
I reckon there's actually some closer fights on there. We don't know what to expect from Eubank Jr. You never do.
Yeah.
That's not a given, right?
Yeah. Right.
And the women's fight might be a little bit closer than everyone thinks. Raven's going to come at
Ray coming at her. Yep.
Yeah, and Sky's not known for blasting people out of there. She's more of a technician
than
anything else.
Yeah.
So that could go either way. And then Jai Apatai's basically fighting a heavyweight. Massey's last couple of fights have been in the heavyweight division.
Right.
So he's looking, and he's bigger than Jai, particularly at the weigh-in.
Yeah.
So that might be a little bit different. And Jai's saying he's going to go back to boxing rather than blasting people out of there. But I suspect it's only a matter of time before he actually just gets baited into a war. He can't help himself.
Yeah, I think that's the smarter thing to do, though. The box in the beginning, wait till you get tired, then go in on him. Because what he say in that person that he planned to go to heavyweight. You know what I'm saying? So he got to test himself right now. He know that the guy they picked the night of fight, that guy's gonna be way bigger than him. And if he can handle it, maybe he'll just go to heavyweight, you know? But you're right. I don't know which way that's gonna go. But I know Raven Chapman coming at Sky. I know she is. And I hope Sky is ready for that type of smoke. That girl Raven got some big ass guns, boy. You see them muscles on that girl? I was like,
I did.
Damn.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God. But even the Ben Whitaker fight, Ben better. I want to see less antics, and I want to see him actually get straight to business. You know what I mean? That's what I want to see. I get he likes being a showman, but I want to see him display more of his technical side. You know what I mean? But the whole thing to me, if you like boxing, the card is nice, bro. That's a nice fucking card. I love it. I love that. The way the card is built, it didn't have to have Beterbiev. If Beterbiev, they could have built another card around Beterbiev and Bivol, and I still would have bought this. I'm happy that you could consider that Wardley and Clark a main event. You really can.
Well, if it's anything like the first one, because it was
Right.
just so even. So that's the
Right.
matchups, right? We've spoken before about the intrigue of fights where you just don't know which way it's going to go.
Right.
So here, let me read this to you.
Yeah.
So I don't spend hours doing the homework. So Clark is a big man and outweighed Wardley. So 19 stone, 5 pounds to 17 stone, 3 pounds. The difference between them is significant, but both have also made changes from the first fight. Clark came in heavier than the first time. So he's heavier than 19 stone, 5 pounds. While Wardley was 2 pounds lighter. So he's lighter than 17 stone, 3 pounds in the first one. So there's a bigger weight differential in the second fight.
Got you. One come in bigger to absorb punches more, and the other one came in smaller to try to move more. That's how I see it. But nonetheless, I think we're going to get a great boxing out of them.
Oh, look, it'll be a good card. It'll be a good card.
Yeah, all the way. All the way.
Except maybe for that 4-rounder. What are they throwing that middle?
Because he's from there. Because he's from there. He was born, he British, but he's not British, but he lives in Britain, but he's Riyadh born.
No, that's the second fight, isn't it? That's Gonzalez versus the hometown guy. That's not a 4-rounder.
Okay. Well, I don't know which one you're talking about here. Hold on.
Oh, there was just two young lightweights, bantamweight or lightweight or something there that they're going to fight over 4 rounds. I'm just watching the weigh-in. I don't know either.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's not on the whatchamacall.
No,
yeah, I
it'll
don't
be
know.
a prelim, but
I thought you was talking about Muhammad. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's probably gonna be on the YouTube, like you say, the prelims. Yeah, I don't know. They just stuck them on there to be a filler. Get the, the crowd get there.
I'm actually going to pick the hometown guy on debut because I had a look at this Gonzalez and I was sort of talking a punch a little bit about it and said, well, for me, he doesn't excite me at all. He just reminds me of a pumpkin with a couple of arms in front of him and just getting punched a lot. So, maybe they're cherry picking someone for the hometown boy to get a good win on his first debut. That's how I see it.
Yeah, especially at home. What would be considered his home turf. That's how they're promoting it, at least, you know. So I don't know, man. I don't know, but you're right. I'm looking at this damn Eubank Jr. I want to see how he takes these long layoffs and come back. It's almost like, why does he do that to himself? But I want to see if what's my guy name? Sameta is really gonna bring it to him. But he's been on a little, hiatus of his own. Well, he only fought like 3 times in 3 years or something like that.
Isn't he coming back from some sort of serious injury?
I think so.
Yeah.
Nah, I think so.
But look, it'll be good. So, are you ready to run through who your picks are, Slick, from top to bottom?
Man. Yep, I got one F on the card. That's it. My F is Chris Eubank Jr. I got Ben Whitaker, and that I think for some reason that's the one that's gonna be close. I think Liam Cameron gonna come in crazy. I got Nicholson, man, because I think her footwork and I want to say her footwork and that jab is gonna keep Raven at bay. But see, I'm scared. Raven good at getting off the line, bro. You know what I'm saying? And she got good lateral movement. But I'm gonna go with Sky Nicholson on that one.
What worries me is Nicholson will win every round on you, but for me, she looks far too comfortable and too confident. I'd like to see some nerves in her.
Yeah, all the smiling. You cocky. She could be cocky and mess around and get in and get in that ring and get hit with something that's going to intimidate her. That is true. But I got Jao Pataya, right? I think Ja, yeah, he got the right game. Go in the box, take that big motherfucker in the deep waters, then go at him. You know, the Frazier Clark. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm going with Clark on that one, just based on the first fight. If you remember,
you mean Wardley Clark?
Yeah. Oh, I said Frazier Clark. Yeah, I'm picking Clark just based on because of the first fight. It took Wardley a little bit to learn how to get in the inside with Clark or whatnot, and Clark was landing in the beginning the more cleaner punches, cleaner combinations. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go with Clark. If Clark has any inkling in what to do in this fight, it's just to come. Now you don't have to be timid. You know, just lay it on thicker. You know what I mean? Beat Wardley to it. Don't let him reset and just go at him, especially if you're heavier. You know what I mean? The Chris Eubank fight, that's the one I'm not too sure about. I don't know what to make of that fight. I really don't. That's a 50-50 in my book. Just because like Eubank Jr. is just not consistent. He's not. I know he was working with Bomac, but he doesn't have Bomac this camp. Bomac had him looking good. But I don't know nothing about this trainer. I don't even know who he trained with. I know he didn't even go to Vegas and train. He stayed in London and trained. That's about much as I know. And that's something way different than what he usually does. He usually go to Vegas, train, then come back. Get away from the noise, as he say. You know what I mean? The Beterbiev Bivol, I'm going Bivol.
Yeah, so I wrestled with it, but I'm going with Bivol. And the only risk to that is that one punch from Beterbiev. That's the only thing that worries me. You know, just that. And look, that can happen at that weight range. Doesn't matter who's fighting, right? You can just get in a punch with that sort of power, and it's just over. So I'm going Bivol. Mm-hmm. I'm going Eubank Jr. just because of the experience. Like, it's vast, much more experienced than the other bloke. And yes, you don't know what you're getting, but I haven't heard enough of this other bloke for me to. I had a bit of a look and was a little bit disinterested. So, and Eubank's flipping at the best of times. It's like he's not taking anything serious ever.
Right.
I think that's just his personality that sort of tricks you a little bit. But look, he's had some good wins in there. But I'm still going to go with Eubank Jr. I'm going Opataya, but I'll be interested to see how he performs, particularly if he's changing his game plan. I'll go Sky Nicholson simply because I'm Aussie, but I think that might be closer than people are expecting. I'm actually going to go Wardley, and the thing that tipped me in that was that, particularly over there in England and Britain, you're not entitled to hold on to a British champion title for 2.5 years if you're no good, because they fight regularly over there, and they've got, it's a healthy heavyweight over there's a healthy sort of, they've always got people coming through.
Yep.
And Frazier Clark wasn't able to take it off him the first time and actually got dropped. Yeah. So I think if they're both learning lessons, I'm still kind of tipping Wardley. The only thing that really questions that is that weight difference. But now that I know that it was there or thereabouts the first time they fight, I'm less worried about it. Who else did I miss? Who's that? Who's Gonzalez fighting? Have you got the list in front of you? I don't know how to pronounce his name. He's the local kid that's coming through on.
There's Muhammad.
Yeah. So I'm going to pick him over Gonzalez just because I think that it might be a strategic cherry pick. for Muhammad to get his pro debut at home off on the right foot.
Mm-hmm.
Did I miss anyone?
Yeah, Ben Whitaker and Cameron.
Ben. Yeah, look, I'm going to pick Ben Whitaker, but look, it looks great in the ring and all those sorts of things, but I don't like the fancy showboat and stuff. I don't like it from any fighter. You know, you're in there to do it a job. If you're doing it easy, well, knock them out. Get them out of there. Prove your point. Don't dance around and carry on. Just knock them out if you're that good.
Right. It's fun to see sometimes, but he kind of went overboard with it. You know what I mean? You don't need to do it all the time. You know, if you can make an ass out of a championship level fighter like that, then yeah, make him like an ass. But you're doing this to minor competition. You know what I mean? So for me, it doesn't hold any weight. It looks more like a circus act. You know what I mean? I want to see the skills.
Yeah, go and make a statement. Go out there and put your foot on the pedal and make a statement and get them out of there as quickly as you can. And that tells everyone a bigger story than you dancing around and showboating and pretending you're drunk and all these sorts of things. So,
facts. No, I definitely agree with that. 100%. Now,
but I alluded to it before that Whitaker fighting at 175, and given that fights are only made off markability, I worry a little bit that this will be his 9th fight. If he wins well, and considering Morrell's only fought 11 times, are they going to rush him into a bigger fight with a Benavidez or a Bivol or a Beterbiev after it? Because there's no real other marketable names at 175.
True, but over there it's a difference. You know, when we looking at Beterbiev, where that fight is on my mind, Benavidez and Morrell, right? That's more of American side where everything has to be a big time fight. You know what I mean? Ben Whitaker could make a lot of money over there fighting the type of competition that he has been fighting before he gets to that. That's one thing, like I said, I praise how they do things over there because they develop the hell out their fighter. They will develop their fighters. You know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with it. I have no problem with him getting at least 5-6 more fights, at least before challenging somebody that I feel like will really give him a headache. You know what I mean? But Morrell, like the Morrell fight, like I like the fight, but at the same time, how Morrell came off and Benavidez came off, I don't know, but I still feel like Benavidez is going to be too much for Morrell. It's the same thing with the Beterbiev Bivol. Morrell has to land that punch, right? And he ain't looked the same. We saw him in LA. He did not look like the Morrell that fights in Minnesota. Totally different guy. And that his name started with a K, Kolaskin, right? And that
Morrell looked like he was almost out of condition for that last fight on the Riyadh card because
that's what I'm saying.
Slow and unimpressive.
He didn't look like I don't know. Somebody had made a great point that maybe he did that to make himself look marketable. I mean, not marketable, but vulnerable. You know what I mean? So somebody would fight him. But I just think this is a classic case of get him while he's green. I don't know if you know what that means, but but
the only challenge that I've got in playing coy and looking more easy beat and markable is you actually don't have to on a Riyadh card. If you actually go out there and surprise and put on a massive performance, you almost guarantee a second phone call from Eddie or Turkey.
Right.
Because they want you back on their cards. So that'll be my only pushback to him maybe trying to look like something he's not. For me, he just didn't look fit. That's the only thing I can put it down to. Or he was just disinterested because he just didn't look good at all.
No, he didn't.
And I reckon that was probably the worst fight on the card all night.
Yeah, and then you got Benavidez on his guy that he claimed he sparred with and he used to beat him up, but he didn't beat him up that night. You know what I'm saying? That man was standing tall and was fighting back and landing heavy shots. So I just don't know. I just don't know, bro.
Don't you think it's just a reflection of the health of the weight class? Because you've still got so many people in those rankings that are stagnant. They're not losing and getting pushed out for new blood to come up in there. That a Benavides will pick somewhat of a name in Morel, because Morel's got a bigger name than the other 25 people in the rankings.
Yeah.
So it's still got to sell, right? So is it just a reflection?
Oh, it's gonna sell.
Is it just a reflection of the health of that division?
Yeah, most definitely. But I'm saying, I guess what I'm trying to say is, I don't know if Benavides is gonna thrive in that division, based on your point, and he just didn't look good to me at that weight. You know what I'm saying? His power didn't. It just looked like his power did not carry up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but didn't he have a hand or a wrist injury or something that night? He threw,
but he was throwing it.
He threw. Yeah,
he was using both hands.
Devin Haney can throw a million punches too, but he's not going to hurt anyone. So
yeah,
look, who knows? And it was his first bout at 175. How did his weight cut go? Was he, or how did he go putting on weight? Who knows? So he should be better off for it. But look, Morel's nowhere near as big and tough as the bloke that Benavides last fought.
Right.
Well, have you seen Morel's chin tested?
No, but he was getting tagged a lot in that. I can't say his name. Kovacic was tagging Morel, bro. So that's what I'm saying. Now, let's say it was the hand injury. He's gonna mess around and knock out Morel. But Benavides is gonna have to take that chance to do it, because I do know Morel got a one-hitter quitter. You know what I mean? He got a one-hitter quitter. That's one thing he does have. He didn't put people in the hospital. You know what I'm saying? He has a major punch, but he doesn't know how to set it up. You know what I mean?
Well, let me ask it on the opposite side. Because I haven't followed, except for his last couple of fights, I haven't seen much of him before that. Has Benavides been wobbled before?
Yes.
By anyone?
Yes. He's been wobbled and went down. But he got right back up and beat the hell. Who was that? He got up and won that fight, beat the shit out of Yeah, I can't remember dude's name. Who the fuck was that? But yeah, he got knocked on his ass before. He could be dropped. That's for sure. Benavides be dropped. Well, I can't say he got his ass back up and went to work. It woke him up or something. It woke him up and he went to work. Oh my God, that's bothering me. But yeah, he got dropped.
I'm only asking what Punch asked the other day, and I couldn't answer him. I said, well, Slick or T.O. will know, but
Benavides has been dropped.
But look, you don't mind really what the record looks like once they get in the ring and it's a competitive fight.
Yeah, and they both young too.
That's what you don't want to see is them get in the ring and it's all over in 2 rounds. Like, because you wouldn't have expected AJ and Dubois to finish like that either. So
oh my God! That taught me a valuable lesson.
Oh,
fuck that nervous looking shit.
The myth, the legend. RC, how are you?
What's good, man?
What's that? Man, I just come back. I just come through to say what's happening. That's all, baby. I ain't causing no trouble tonight.
Not tonight.
Yeah.
I never cause trouble.
You're still off my Christmas card list after you burst in my bubble and my hopes, wishes, and dreams yesterday or the day before.
Man, all I do is just give you the news. I don't make the news. I just tell you. You know what I'm saying?
I can hear you smiling, RC.
No, I'm not. What's the smile about? What's done is done. You got Earl and Fundora, Texas, Dallas.
Well, they got to represent their argument. You didn't see that? What the WO said? So they got to represent the argument.
If you remember what I put in the chat, if you go back in the chat that we all have from last, Friday, Wednesday, remember I put in there, I said he's fighting Earl, but for the WBC only. Remember when I put that?
Oh, see? So they go, I didn't see that, but It just falls in line with what I just say, DJ. They'll say, "Fuck that damn belt."
Yeah, look, no.
But see, this is the thing, though. This is what, and this, like I say, I'm really chilling tonight. This what Bud needs to pull for. He wants to pull for Earl to be considered a top 15 contender in a WBO, so both can be on the line. Because see, this what you don't want to happen is this. Earl robs Fundora. Let's just say, right? Guess what? You want to be 3-time undisputed. Now it then broke up. It really the whole marble case then broke up on you. Not a belt spread across 3 fighters on PBC.
Right.
Good luck with that.
That's what I was just explaining.
So you kind of want the WBO to just let them two do whatever. Let Fundora win. You get what I'm saying? Which is going to be the consensus. You already mandated to fight Fundora, and it'll be for 2 belts. Instead of you get 2 and 1 instead of getting 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. If you get what I'm saying.
Well,
so you want to kind of cheer for Earl to get ranked in the WBO.
Yeah, but it still didn't make any sense because he could have went in and fought Fundora for 2 belts. So you still put yourself on ice.
What you can't because the man presented his paperwork that the fight was done already.
Right.
So that's just, I mean, nothing he can do about that.
But what I'm saying, as of today, they're saying different. That they gotta I guess re-put it in. They said they could put in and make their argument as of why Earl should be able to fight him. So yesterday it came out yesterday actually.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying. Which, like I said, and when I explained it earlier, that's the caveat that they still mess around and get it pushed through. But by what it's going, I'm just going off what it said yesterday. So by what it said yesterday, Bud put himself in a whole trick bag because even though if he do say Fundora do win, right?
Mm-hmm.
He don't have to fight Bud. Like say Al can say fuck that belt. You finna fight Tim Tszyu next.
Yeah, but okay, all right. Let's start from the beginning, then unpack. And DJ, follow along, and you can interrupt and get in here anytime you want. Think about it. Let's unpack from the beginning. Earl was let's just keep it honest, gifted #1 ranking in WBC.
Right.
Earl never was worried about trying to unify or be WBO in the first goddamn place.
Right.
If you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So all this with the WBO, you need to show just cause. Okay, Louis the Coopers can figure it out and do that. Everybody knows they know how to play and do that, right? But guess what? Do Earl really want to pay 2 sanctioning fees? Think about it.
But guess who will? But it's gonna have to be represented somehow because I had example of what went wrong. Janet Beck just fought that guy in Australia, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when I was watching the fight, that's what made me make the video because I was like, did they strip Janet Beck of the WBO? Like, why is it just for the IBF? Right? Because I know he had 2 belts. And it wasn't on the posters. It wasn't nowhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when the fight came on, it was only for the IBF. I went on it. I showed everybody where to go look the paperwork up. You know how we know go look the paperwork up.
Right.
So went on there. The BO basically dog walking him. They already putting him in another dog fight. They told him that he did not represent you. Got if you are a champion, if you're a WBO champ, you have to represent that belt.
Yeah, every time you fight.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So then that puts Fundora in the trick bag. If they, I mean, I'm saying that's why I said. But fucking Al be like, man, I don't give a fuck what they talking about. You don't need it because, like I said, check this out. Look at it like this. If he dropped the belt, they gonna just elevate Bud. I mean, Bud will fight somebody for it or whatever the case may be, right?
Right.
Then Fundora beats Earl, right? He still got WC, and then you got Tim Tszyu. He win his fight. Now you got a big rematch. It don't matter. He'll keep his ass away from him. It don't, and he still end up on top. Because he won't get his. He won't get it. I'm saying he won't get his way.
So do you want to just quickly summarize what you were explaining to me the other day about how the PBC, how this interacts now with the PBC freezing Bud out from any unification or because remember, like I went quiet for a little while, having a pretend tantrum, but because of the contracts, the paper world and Jamel Charlo, there's really no way for Bud to jam his foot between the door to actually get in there to have a fight, as I understand it.
Correct.
Exactly.
And that's another way of Slick is just saying the exact same thing I said the other night. He's just saying it in a different direction.
Okay.
And just to piggyback on what Slick is saying, watch this, Slick. Say Fundora do drop the WBO. He just say, man, you know what? Fuck them. And Louis the Coopers tell him to say, fuck them, right?
Right.
Guess what that does? That locks Bud out, really, because now ain't no pressure to fight Earl. Ain't no pressure for nothing. Whoever's going to hold the WBC or the IBF, guess what? You can have the WBO. Because right now, they are pressuring Fundora and Earl to have this fight early 2025.
Right.
And they're trying to tell Al, Fundora win, you got to come see us because you got to make this fight.
Right.
And everybody knows Al Heyman don't like to be told what to do and when to do it.
Right.
So guess what? I'm going to get y'all out of my business. I'm going to get y'all from calling my phone. I'm going to get you from calling my fake office. I need you. Go ahead, take your shit and kiss my ass. And by the way, Bud, that WBA belt you got, everybody know you're not full. I'm going to give you somebody on PBC. I'm going to send you Charlo.
Exactly. That's what we were saying earlier. Right.
Right. So
he can hold him up then. He can hold him up by that.
And this what happens. Watch this. Why would I have Tim Tszyu and Fundora fight each other? Ain't nobody screaming for that fight from the IBF. Ain't nobody screaming from that fight from the WBC. Watch this. I just run both of them together. Like, because I'm going to give you an example how he does it. Because I'm an example of this. And I had a big meeting at work with all my guys today. And everybody was like, oh, Rob, this. I said, fellas, I see better than I hear, right? And I'm going to use that example for Al Heyman. How I see how he moves better than I hear how he moves. Look what he's doing with the welterweight division. Where you see him in a goddamn rush to put Barrios versus Stanionis.
Right.
So my question to you and DJ is this. Why in the hell would he be in a rush to put Fundora versus Tszyu?
That makes sense. I'm just saying, I would just try and make, like, if what you saying makes perfect fucking sense. DJ said the same thing earlier. You know what I'm saying? But it makes perfect sense. But I was just saying, like, you could free if he wanted to make continuous say if he wanted to just make continuous fights that would keep that man out, because, and this was based off the premise. I should have said this first, because it wasn't just that they that they was fucking with Earl, right? Because Bud agreed he can't fight nobody.
Right.
If he fights somebody, he loses mandatory.
Right.
So you kind of froze yourself out. And if Al want to fuck with him, now we know how they freeze people out. If Al want to fuck with him, that boy ain't gonna have a fight to the end of 2025. And then there's and then I'm saying if he wanted to.
Right. I'm about to fuck with you some more because you still forget.
Hold on. No, I ain't forgot this. And then it hits the end of 2025. He go sick that pit bull that been in the damn closet for all this time. Say, go claim your belt.
Right.
Force him into a fight that he will have to take, and then it voids the fucking shit that he been waiting on. So all the way around, he's in this it's fucked up.
Like a trick bag.
Yeah, like he's
no.
Fuck.
Hold on, I'm really about to complicate shit for you. Watch this. I don't know if you got time, but when y'all got time, go look who's the number one contender at at IBF, which we all gonna let's just assume to say Tszyu's gonna win that. Tim Tszyu's gonna win that, right? Look who's the number one contender at IBF.
Erickson Lubin.
Who does he work for, DJ?
Mayweather Promotions.
Come on, bro.
Right.
Premier boxing champions. And I want you to look at We already know Earl is the number one in WBC. Go look at who's number 2 for WBC.
Hold on.
Belichick.
He got a fight coming up too. On
Madrimal.
Yeah, that's on the next Riyadh card.
Yeah, December.
Yep.
That's on the Usyk Fury undercard.
That'll be a good fight. I'm looking forward to that.
Okay, so but check this out. Who's number 2 in the WBC? I want y'all to tell me that.
At the moment, it's Belichick.
It's Belichick. Right.
Okay. All right. Because when the hell is Virgil? I thought Virgil was number 2. Virgil has a belt, bro.
Yeah, but so he would be he would hold on.
He wants to be number 2. They must didn't update it.
WBA, he's the interim champ. Virgil is.
Virgil, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's WBA.
Okay. How long can Bud make Virgil wait before WBA say
you gotta go at him?
You gotta fight, bro.
Right. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like he's in this trick bag.
Because the reason why I brought Virgil up, y'all, real quick, I'm gonna say this. The reason why I brought Virgil up, y'all, because I was fine what you just said, Slick. Oh, the end of 2025. Okay, so the whole goddamn year gonna turn around and Virgil's gonna sit. You think Oscar's gonna let that happen?
That's what I'm saying, bro. That shit is crazy, man. Like that's why I said he gotta have some up his sleeve or something where he talking like I don't know, fight somebody. I don't know because why? For the fucking sake of me, why agree to it? Like that's what because you just
had
put
no
choice.
choice.
You put yourself in the world of trouble, bro.
You have no choice.
I don't know, bro.
He had no choice, bro. His biggest thing right now is to get 3-time undisputed, right? And I know what you say, and DJ can share this with you. I had the suggestion on Punches Live the other night. All hope is not lost for Bud. He still can achieve 3-time undisputed.
Don't you dare say 175 or 168.
Fuck no.
You gotta fight tomorrow?
No, I don't want to see him. I want to see him at 154 again for a move.
Hold on. Don't they gotta fight tomorrow?
Yeah, it's a fight tomorrow.
Ain't it for undisputed?
Yeah, it's for undisputed. He ain't finna fuck with them. Fuck no, bro. That'd be crazy shit.
I gotta use one of the Slicks. Hey man, ain't nothing wrong with daring to be great.
No, that's too far, bro. That's too far, bro. That's too far, bro.
I came online to say what I had to say. In 30 motherfucking seconds, blood, you just said everything I needed to say. I'm gonna shut the fuck up.
Hey, that dude Bud in the trick bag, bro. I don't see.
No, he ain't. He wants to be great. He wants to be a legend.
No,
he wants to be 3-time undisputed, don't he?
No, that's why. He said that. He said he wasn't gonna fight Canelo at first too, and he changed his mind. I don't know what he's thinking right now, bro.
Hey, bro. You know what? You're right. I mean, Bivol or Beterbiev will be a tough out. You're right. He still has another chance.
Well, that's an ass whooping, bro.
Bro, he still has another chance.
No, fuck
and
that.
I'm call me Captain Optimistic tonight. We're going to find Bud, the best crack dealer in the United States of America. And we're going to put him on a crack diet out this world that Whitney Houston will be envious of. And we're going to sweat him down to 122 and he's fight a new way. What you think?
This dude stupid. Fuck that.
Hey.
Man, look, man.
Hey, low key though, can I get that serve?
This dude's
hey, bro.
crazy.
Hey, what y'all think? Y'all want him to do crack or y'all want him to speedball with the heroin in the cool? Y'all want him to speedball that to that 22 quick.
Man, you know what I'm saying? I just need that serve. You know what I'm saying?
Well, hey, he gonna be calling you every day.
90s. Hey, Blood can get my beeper number.
Bro, he gonna be calling you every day. Hey, bro, you had to do that Whitney Houston passing it to him in the ink pit.
Right. Hey, Slick, did you notice he went straight past 135 and tanked to Inouye?
No, undisputed. Undisputed, DJ. That's all we talking about.
Sam Goodman will snatch that off him on the 24th of December.
Huh? What you say? I didn't hear you.
Sam Goodman's fighting in a way on the 24th of December.
Yeah, yeah.
Sam Goodman's gonna
Hey.
catch what?
Hey, fellas, what if
Be
I've been
NUA.
calling Bud to do for the longest? I've been a fly on the wall. Y'all niggas don't even hear what the fuck I'm saying. But what if I've been saying Bud needs to do?
Retire.
That's what they fought. Hey, this is the walk. They're leading him into it. Like, dude, you're not gonna touch
is
nothing.
it safe to say that Nostradamus has been calling this shit a year ago?
The only thing that
call
can
it,
come
man.
good out, the only thing can come good out of this, if Charlo come out and say, "I want my belt back," and that will be his last hurrah.
No, I got
But
a better
guess
fight
what,
than
though,
that.
fellas? Guess what? Not to cut nobody off. Historically, the PBC has not done good business with the WBO.
That's
They
true. That's
haven't
Bob.
recognized the title.
That's Bob shit. It's the world
That's
according to
Bob
Bob.
shit.
Right.
Yeah, world according to Bob. Yeah,
They
don't just talk about the
literally
DBO.
carved out. Listen, man, these boxing promoters have literally carved out titles.
Right.
The
But
NWA
Bud
title,
not
the
WBO though.
WWF title. You know
Right.
what I mean? The Mid-Atlantic title. They
Well,
Right.
carved
explain-
out territories. This shit's
Explain
like some
this to
wrestling
me,
shit,
Nine.
bro.
Explain this to me then, Nine. And I'm
Mhm.
not disagreeing with you, but I'm not understanding the last 12 months of the PBC and the WBO, given that Jamel Charlo was WBO champion, wouldn't fight his mandatory in Tim Tszyu, had to relinquish that. It gets emailed to Tim Tszyu. They then send another PBC guy over in Mendoza to fight for that. They won't give him Erickson Lubin. They send him across to America. They'll give him Thurman, and then they'll give him someone else, and then he gets Mendoza and gets a Pre-Manus chop to the head.
Jeez, bro, it's
Where-
simple. It's simple. It's simple. The company does not fuck with the WBO. But unfortunately, fighters to the PBC is nothing but a product. A product. So it feels good to say, yes, I put him on I put Tim Tszyu on the WBO, right?
Right.
So now when I announce him, former world champion, Tim Tszyu, that raises his stock and I get more money.
Right.
Right.
If his fighters don't look
There-
good, Al don't look good.
But isn't the same thing happening
But the
with
WA
Honora
is
now?
usually a
Because
PBC belt.
He's WBO and WBC. Aren't they actually using the
They just
WBO
trying
for
to get in
leverage?
where they
And
fit in, bro.
Well, now I think we missed it.
When
Bud
you
is the
announce
WA
Tim
though.
Tszyu, not to cut nobody off, when you announce Tim Tszyu, from here on out, you have to announce him as former world champion.
Right.
Yep.
Right. But what we saying is that Bud is the WA, not WO. But I get what you saying though. They don't care if they hold on to that motherfucker or not. You know what I'm saying? That the PBC don't care if that belt float this way or float that way.
They don't
Right.
care because historically,
PBC is known for keeping that WA and a WC.
they put up. This was a few years ago. They put up a list of all the welterweight champions, and didn't put Bud up because he was with the WBO, bro.
Right.
They don't
Right.
even recognize that belt.
Right.
In
And
the
it's a lot of
PBC.
people out there think the WO play favoritism with Bud too, because he was their longest
They
champion.
do. I believe it.
That he was a what 10 years? How long he had WO?
But
I
guess
don't
what,
know.
though? The
Yeah,
PBC
that motherfucker
has had
hellish,
a
bro.
long line of devaluing the WBO belt.
Skipping the line and shit.
Right.
Thanks to the WBO.
And it started back in the Mayweather days. Mayweather had the WBC. What did Pacquiao have?
Right.
The WBO.
WBO.
Right.
WBO.
Guess what? Then they got Pacquiao to leave Bob Arum in promises of a fucking Mayweather fight.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And they gave him the WBA.
To leave Bob Arum, and they gave this motherfucker Keith Thurman.
WBA.
The
But
WA.
WBA.
Right.
Exactly.
That's why I said they keep that WA in the WC.
Yeah.
They'll let that WO float where it needs to float. You know what I'm saying?
Cause man, WBO playing favoritism and shit got this nigga skipping the
I
line.
don't think that ain't got Bud. Bud ain't skipping no goddamn
Man,
line,
that nigga
bro. He's a
147
champion.
WBO. He never fought a fucking damn at 154 when
Yeah,
he
but
put that
he's a
shit in.
champion. But
But
he's a
guess what,
champion
though?
though.
That's the
You can
Man,
do that though.
fuck
That's
that
his.
shit. He
Rob,
kissing his
Rob,
ass,
Rob.
nigga.
Rob,
Hey,
bro,
you
that's
you
the
gotta say the same
stipulation
thing
of
about
the
Earl.
WBO. The
Yeah, I do.
WBO, listen, every sanctioning body has their own little special thing or whatever. With the IBF doesn't
They ain't got no loyalty to nobody.
yeah, IBF doesn't recognize rematch clauses. So say for instance, you win the IBF and then you rematch the incumbent champion, guess what? You're getting stripped because they don't fuck with, they want to run down the line.
They won't write that on. Right.
That's what they did.
But
At the same time, though, the
Right.
WBO has a special thing within the WBO organization that if you're the WBO champion, say at 147, you could challenge the champion. You could become the mandatory for the champion at 140 or 154.
Yeah.
And you got a straight path to it.
And,
That's what
and
Bud is living off
WBC
of.
do, but WBC do the same thing though.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying though, that's the WBO's big thing.
Yeah,
So-
you could go. You could challenge. You can go up and challenge the champion.
Yeah. So
Or
if-
down.
Right.
So hypothetically speaking, while they talking about Bud and T.O., T.O. could fuck around and be like, hey, yeah, whoever's got the title at WBO, he could get that.
Yeah. All you gotta do is put in for it.
He got to just put in for it.
See,
Uh-huh.
just reversing a little bit for my benefit. I don't want to get us off track. Just confirm for me, is Canelo technically still under contract with PBC under that original three fight deal?
Bro, when you with Al Heyman, it's in perpetuity. No, I'm joking. No, actually, no, he's actually not under contract with Al no more.
So that actually has no bearing on whether a Canelo and a Bud fight could or couldn't happen. The PBC have got no leverage in there.
Not at all.
Unless Al get to him first with an Earl win and put Earl in there with his ass.
Yeah.
Hey, did y'all see the Charlo video today?
I saw a Charlo video when he was in the car yesterday.
Well, yeah,
Al sick. They say Al real ill, bro.
yeah.
Fucked
Well,
up.
I just got around to it though. Get this. And yes, I'm putting myself on blast on YouTube. My goofy ass, right? Was like, why the fuck is my phone so dry today?
Uh-huh.
I went about doing my 913 shit, right? My 9 shit, right?
Uh-huh.
My wife called me. She was like, hey, come upstairs. Because she works from upstairs in the top room. Why the fuck my phone off? Because I took my shit off for auto pay. I'm thinking my phone is like, what the fuck? Internet fucked up? What the fuck? Nigga, my phone was off all day.
Damn.
I swear to God, bro. Did y'all try to call me?
I text you. Right.
Man, I ain't getting none of that shit, homie.
I thought you was taking
your
one of your trips or something. I was like, well,
Nah.
Friday, he taking the trip.
Nah, nigga. Literally, my phone was off all the day. My goofy ass.
Hell no.
Real shit.
That boy
So I need to
Charlo.
put my shit back on auto pay.
That boy Charlo trying to get Boo Boo in a fight. Boo Boo answered on Instagram though, but it's probably too late now. They didn't got that one cat. I don't even know who the fuck he is to fight him.
Ooh. I thought the Boo shit was already signed.
Hell no, that shit not signed. He Charlo went online yesterday, was like, y'all at Boo Boo, bro. Come get this money, man. He don't want to fight who he want to fight. He's trying to get Boo Boo to intercept. Yeah, he said we gotta pick our own fight. He said Al's sick. He said Al ain't come back. Al's sick.
Man,
he said we gotta make our own fights.
Say, bro, I half-ass believe Al sick.
I was saying it, man, and he was sincere with it too. He was like, I don't give a fuck what y'all talking about in the chat at Boo Boo, so we can go ahead and get this fight going, bruh. Like
that don't even sound right, though.
And then
what I've been saying for the longest about Al, bro. He looked like a dude that's about to run off on the plug.
Right.
That's because Punch has been doing that voodoo on him for the last 6 months.
Al moves like
Man,
he's about to run off on the plug, bro. You in a dark alley, you about to make an illegal deal, and you know he's gonna fuck you over. That's Al, bro.
Man,
He's
yeah,
running
but
off on the plug.
there was a rumor like last year that it was up for sale. Remember that?
Yeah.
It was a rumor last year.
man, Al, what are you gonna sell? He don't own nothing, remember?
Right. No, he do. He sell boxes. He got contracts with all these niggas. They can't go nowhere.
And if you do the paperwork,
it's called change of ownership. He got titles on everybody.
hey, if you do the paperwork, Al fuck around had this shit in his mama name.
Right, you hear me?
A manager ain't got no ownership over a box. A manager.
Perfect. And guess what? I'm gonna sell my perpetuity to you. They gotta listen to you from now on. Bruh.
So it buys somebody?
Hey, I'm just saying. They do it all the time with cars.
No,
That's how he treat them. Hey
that's
man,
stupid.
to boxes to Al Heyman is like cars, bruh. It don't matter. Swap him out. Don't matter. You go. Either I'm gonna let you go to the junkyard, or I can put you with somebody else. They gonna pay me for it.
But fellas, think about this, bro. Think about this. I'm just talking about it just regular common sense. Al Heyman is all he is an advisor. Lets you know, take this fight. I wouldn't do that.
I know, right?
I would do this.
Yeah, I know, right? Right. And he gonna say, you know what, man? Hey, as your advisor, I advise you ride with him, bro, because I ain't gonna be around too much longer. That's what he.
I
That's
strongly
That's
advise you to sign this contract.
Right. Sign with him, bro.
I strongly advise you to not listen to No Limit and don't fight Virgil.
No, it was No Limit. It's now Premier Boxing.
Right. Right. He no limit no more.
That's
But
called
shit.
running off on the plug.
Yep.
He dropped No Limit?
He inked that deal with 3 more fights with fucking PBC all day, man. I do PBC.
But I thought
No,
No Limit was still his management.
Yeah, they're now a subsidiary of Premier Boxing.
Oh, so you know who his manager is now?
Yeah.
Louis the Coopers.
No, that's tongue in cheek, but we'll see what happens.
I don't know, bro.
There's a lot of good stuff going on. Like we focus
This
on all the
motherfucker
bullshit
don't
and
listen, fellas. This motherfucker ain't seen a contract he ain't like. I swear to God. I swear to God. This motherfucker literally ain't seen a contract he ain't like. He's signing every goddamn thing. If he don't sit, man, where the fuck is T.O. at, bro? If you don't get your goofy ass in this motherfucker blood, like for real. Because he ain't signed.
He's
bro, this
recluse
shit's stupid.
night. He's missing an action now for about a month or two. He must have he must be Casanova every day with his wife, or he's got a new hobby that could be PlayStation or something like that.
Nah. Me and him taking turns. We like tag teaming. Like, you know, as you see, I've been like on a lot of lives lately. When he come back, I'll go back into my reclusion, and you know, we alternate like that.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
It's like
But hey, I'm glad your stuff on, bro. Oh, we gotta have a conversation, bro. I'm just getting home. Real quick, DJ. I'm gonna let you get back in. I'm sorry for cutting you in, but
now you go.
I just got home talking to a good friend of mine around the neighborhood, bruh. Anyway, I'm gonna tell y'all later, bruh.
Gotcha. But goddamn me, before we get up out of here, y'all, I need y'all picks for tomorrow. Bivol, Beterbiev.
Let me go first and get out.
Why?
I can't tell you why. Oh, I don't know. I just never seen a man in trouble. I never seen him hurt, and no, I've never seen him like literally in trouble. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, he got knocked down.
I understand it, but he got back up and knocked their ass out.
Yeah, he did.
So, so hey, bro, I'm going Beterbiev, and I feel like they got a lot of people that want to have greatness and legacy in this boxing game. Shout out to them. I think I like Beterbiev versus Crawford for the undisputed light
Dude,
heavyweight
crazy.
championship of the world. Hey, bro. Hey. You saying he got one more fight in him?
Nah,
You
fuck
might as
all
well
that.
go out with a bang.
Fuck
And I
that.
say, literally, go out with a bang.
You right. That's suicide, bro.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
He's
it
a
is.
professional.
No, fuck that. They had their limits too, bro. They had their limits too. You gotta have one.
Hey, don't bug our feet.
And he gonna run all night. It's still not winning. Fuck that.
It's better be known for cutting off the ring. No,
Go out on a win, bro. You know, fuck it. You
I
done.
think Bud should be better beat.
What?
I think Bud should be better beat.
What?
Seriously, I think he can.
What?
Didn't Shakur beat De Los Santos?
Bruh, fuck that.
Nah, you may fall asleep, but he could be better beat.
Man, Bud don't even move around like that no more, bruh.
He gonna have to learn.
That dude legs don't move like that no more. You saw that the last fight.
Hey, bro.
If that was Beterbiev in place of Madrimov, I think Bud have been asleep.
Bruh, he's not gonna fight him like that. He gonna fight on his bicycle. Let me
He
tell you
can't
something.
move like that.
Slick. Let me tell you something. Fear makes you do things that you didn't think you could do.
He's stupid.
You ever seen a pregnant woman
Crazy.
push a car over to save her children? Hey, fear.
Yep, he gonna run clean out the roads. Fuck this shit. I'm good, bro. You gonna hit that motherfucker? No. Fuck that. I gotta get that Wine Baby Bull Diaz sound bite where he said, "Yeah, I don't think I should be getting hit like this. I don't know if I'm doing this anymore." I gotta get that, bro.
Hey man, it's your last
That's
fight,
what he
bro.
gonna say. Fuck
Hey,
this shit.
leave it all in the ring. He gonna go out like the Undertaker. He gonna leave his shorts, glove, everything in the ring after that.
Fuck that. No, that's crazy, bro.
But Beterbiev, bro. Beterbiev. Forget all the Crawford shit. I'm just joking. Beterbiev. That's my pick.
Who you got now?
Man, I think it's gonna be competitive until it's not. I was watching tape on them like a few weeks ago, and I was kind of like 50-50 in it because I didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna go with Beterbiev though, because I think that in every fight, because I've watched a lot of tape.
Right. Me too.
Bivol has this one time in his fight, late in the fight, where he has a mental lapse.
I was about to say he get lax. When he get lax.
Soft. And
he get lax.
With Beterbiev, that's all he needs.
If I'm,
and
but
I think it'll be a late stoppage. I think he's gonna jump out in front, bing, 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 bing. You know, throw a million punches and work it and work it and work it and work it and work it, and it's gonna be competitive. Bivol's up. He's up on the cards or whatever until he's not.
Yeah.
Now, this is a true 50-50. I don't know. And you know what I'm saying? I'm actually rooting for Bivol. You know what I'm saying? But hey, at the same time, bro, I don't know. I think that it's gonna be competitive until it's not, bro. And
oh man, ain't that a bitch? Come back now. You gotta finish that. But
he's not under his favorite tree in the backyard.
Right.
If he's not under there, he loses reception or his phone drops out.
You're right. But
acorns dropping on his forehead.
I gotta give him a bit of pushback. For me, I hope Eddie is not in the first row. Eddie's bad luck. God damn it.
I'm not going to get into that, but
Eddie gotta go. He's been losing every fight, bro. He's like 15-0 right now with all his star fighters, bro. Eddie can't be by the ringside. Right? That's first for me.
Hey, what's the last thing you caught, bro?
You said that you was rooting for Bivol, but Beterbiev. Then it said boop. Went out.
Okay. Well, like I said, if you look at Bivol's last fight on the Riyadh season card, he got caught with shit that he shouldn't have got caught with.
Yeah, that was the most wildest I ever seen him fight, though.
And the whole thing is this.
He was upset.
The whole thing is this, though. He was in training camp for Beterbiev.
Yeah.
Before that fight.
Yeah, he said he was upset,
and he still got caught with some shit.
Yeah, but he said, I'm not taking up for him, but he did say that the reason he was fighting the way he was is because he was upset because he knew he was supposed to be fighting before. He was mad that happened.
Man,
that's not no excuse. But that's why I said that's not an excuse. I'm not mad. I'm just saying that's, he was off his square. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, he let that get to him.
So fuck him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but for me though, like I said, I watched the fights. I've been going over it. Both of them been dropped. Well, Bivol ain't never been dropped, but he been wobbled in that. Remember Joe Smith?
Mm-hmm.
He wobbled the fuck out that man. If that bell didn't ring, I think Joe Smith might have pulled that bitch off. You know what I'm saying? He got saved by the bell, but then he beat the fuck out of motherfucking Joe Smith. But when Beterbiev fought Joe Smith, shit, what's that? What you be saying, Nine? Don't ever play with matches, nigga. Joe Smith turned around and didn't even know where the fuck he was at. Like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? So,
arguably though, Joe Smith is the biggest puncher. He got Bernard Hopkins outside the ring.
Yeah, and that was a common opponent. You know what I'm saying? And he made that motherfucker look like, what the fuck?
So but then, arguably though, Joe Smith is the second biggest puncher, or 1A or 1B or whatever.
Right. And that was their litmus test for me. Whatever.
He caught Bivol though, didn't he?
Yeah, that's what I said. He caught Bivol, and Bivol was done. But the bell, it was right at the bell, and that's saying. That's why I said if that bell didn't say, I think he might have got Bivol out of there. You know what I'm saying?
Joe Smith, a technical boxer like that?
No, he a puncher.
Exactly.
He's a puncher, but
he still ended up catching him.
Right.
What round did he end up catching him?
I can't remember what round it was, but I know he was fucked. Bivol was fucked. He was. But when he came back out, he capitalized on his mistake and beat the fuck out of Joe Smith. Now, Beterbiev, he was stunned. Joe Smith stunned him. And I knew he was stunned because you know how Beterbiev constantly come forward with his pressure. He stunned the fuck out of it, and it made Beterbiev for once stand still. That's how I knew. Like, he got a poker face. Like, you won't know if you got him or not unless you just on the outside watching. He hit him with some shit. That motherfucker did not move. He just had his guard up like this. You know what I'm saying? So I think he was in a moment of recovery, but it wasn't nothing like Bivol at all. Yeah. Now I've watched. I can't remember dude's name. It was the fight where Beterbiev got his head cracked, right? And you know what I'm talking about, when his forehead was split wide open. He had that blood all over his face. He got dropped that fight. You know what I'm saying? But he got back up and beat the fuck out of old boy. It was like a different fucking better. He beat the shit out of old boy. You know, whatever. The thing I think that's gonna baffle fucking Beterbiev is gonna be Bivol's feet. But I do hold firm to what I've said. And I've been saying this, and everybody's been hearing me say this. Bivol is going to have to pitch a shutout. He can't get lax, not one time. The minute his feet slow the fuck down, that man going to be on him like white on rice.
Yeah.
Instantly. His back can never touch them ropes. He can't present himself being within 3 feet, 4 steps to that corner. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Or any of that. One thing Bivol is very good at is his mid-range. He's a good mid-range fighter. And he's good at going inside, confusing the fuck out of you. His level changes, his power changes, all of that. He's going to have to use every tool he has to pull this fight out. It's no doubt that Beterbiev has the upper hand.
What it is essentially, though, is are you betting on a guy being able to land one punch versus a guy being able to box a perfect boxing match.
But see, if any, that's how I feel. If anybody can do it, it'd be Bivol. Bivol has some of the nicest boxing skills out there. That jab is a motherfucker. He got nice power jab. He don't have one punch knockout power compared to a Beterbiev, but he do got enough power to make you respect and make you think. You know what I'm saying? Now, it's going to be up to Bivol, though, how he uses it. Is his nerves going to set in? Is he going to be too much on the back foot? Is he going to, you know what I'm saying? Because one thing about Beterbiev, he's a shark. If he smell blood, he coming at you. If he feel anything about you being scared, he coming at you, bro. Huh?
What do you think about the press conferences and stuff? I think that Beterbiev is kind of like in Bivol's head, bro.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't take nothing from neither one of them because they demeanor, like that's just the demeanor. Like Beterbiev hates to talk.
Yeah, he
hates it. So what I seen in this press conference from Beterbiev, I've seen it before, right?
Yeah.
He don't like the interviews. He don't. The one thing, if you go back and watch the press conferences, I watched them all. The only time he smiles is when he say fight. I just want to fight. He doesn't care to answer questions. They be like, he doesn't talk much. You know what I'm saying? And to be fair with you, this fight is the most I've seen Bivol talk.
Hey, what time is it coming on tomorrow?
I think 5 p.m., 4 p.m. our time, and it's free on. It's gonna be ESPN Plus.
Yeah,
I don't know about ESPN, but I'm gonna be on this motherfucker at 11. I'm watching the whole that Wardley and Clark, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, if you didn't see the first one, you go on YouTube. The whole fight is on YouTube. Type Wardley versus Clark. That motherfucker was a nice ass fight, bro.
Well, bro,
that's what I'm excited about tomorrow.
Just send it to me.
Okay, that's what I'm excited for. On the I don't even consider it undercard. They didn't rename it the Four Kings something, but that's the main event for that card. I'm excited for that shit. That was a good ass fucking fight, bro. It was a good ass fucking fight.
We've been through this, Slick. There's a heap of fight. There's plenty of fight.
Yeah, it's a shitload. It's a shitload. I'm just saying that's the one I'm most ecstatic for, though. Like, that's the one I'm really, really want. But the whole card is nice, though. I mean, you know. But the only one that got me baffled, like I said, is the Chris Eubank Jr. and the guy he fighting. That's the only one that got me baffled on there.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's gonna be a great day of boxing tomorrow, no doubt. That undercard gonna have you amped up all the way to the Beterbiev fight. I just wish I didn't have to change fucking channels just to, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, it's gonna be a great day of boxing tomorrow. Today was a good day of boxing too, man. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Jake Paul threw a hell of a card tonight, bro.
I didn't even watch that shit. I don't even fuck with Jake Paul like that,
bruh.
It's real boxing.
No, this wasn't YouTube boxing. He got a stake. He over there in Puerto Rico. He got 3 good Puerto Rican boxers, and they all showed up and showed out. And I mean, good fights. Good fights. It was this kid, Rivera. My God. I was like, what the fuck? Like, this motherfucker was fast, heavy-handed, like a motherfucker. And I'm talking about his punches was just, you could tell he's picking. You know how you could tell a motherfucker swinging? You know, they'll pick a combination, but they swinging. This dude was picking his punches. Them bitches was landing. And then he was fighting this dude named Beltran. He could eat a punch like it wasn't shit. I'm like, this motherfucker will not fall. I'm telling you, that's going to be on YouTube tomorrow, too. That motherfucker is worth going back and watch. And I will say this. All the showboat shit and all that shit that, you know, Jake Paul usually do, he really was wearing his promoter hat tonight. And I mean, he threw a good card, bro.
I just don't respect dude.
You know?
You don't have to respect him, but maybe just think about respecting the people that he's signing. Because that whole card, other than the heavyweight card, I watched the whole thing, even the prelims. It was entertaining and action-packed, and to the point where it wasn't a pub brawl or a bar fight. They were fighting for their futures, their contracts. Like, they They turned
And it was
up and had a-
technical. It was not no. You know what I'm saying? You know how you see new booties and they just be in there welling. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nah, this was straight up boxing. These kids, you can tell these kids over there was been boxing a long fucking time. Like
But see,
these
the thing
motherfuckers
that
doing
gets
some
me
shit.
though, if when it's connected to him, when I hear his name, I'm not fucking with it. I'm not.
If
You know
he
what I mean?
if he just be a promoter, and if he getting good fighters like that and actually putting motherfuckers on, I ain't mad at it.
Yeah.
It's just when he doing the circus action with the MMA motherfuckers. And,
Have
you know
you
what I'm
ever
saying?
seen that movie Pulp Fiction?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking right.
You remember when Samuel L. Jackson was talking about eating pork? And
Uh-huh.
I, for one, don't eat pork, right?
Right.
He's like, sewer rat may taste like pumpkin pie, but I would never know because I'm not going to eat the dirty motherfucker.
Right.
That's how I feel about a Jake Paul card, bro.
God damn. Damn. He
I
didn't
would
box
know.
though. Just to let you know he didn't box though.
I wouldn't know because I'm not going to eat the dirty motherfucker. Because this is like
Just-
the gimmick shit,
Just
bro.
try it. Try it with a little bit of butter. Butter
No,
makes
it's not-
everything better. Not.
If you know me, bro, I would be honest with you. If this was a gimmick, I would tell you, bro.
I already know, nigga.
You know.
I already know, nigga. You practically kin to me, nigga. You
Yeah,
my
it's not-
doppelganger, nigga.
Yeah, it's not. This wasn't a gimmick, bro. Like Amanda announced her retirement. She gonna be retiring after one her last fight with Katie Taylor.
Amanda Serrano?
Yep, she gonna retire.
What?
And she found her replacement. What was her name? DJ Romano. I can't remember her name. I've seen her fight before, but she's great. And they was like, she's the future. Rosado. She bad. She Puerto Rican and she managing her. What was that? Riviera, and it was one more kid. Chop. They called him Chop. It was some other kid. But they got nice. I'm just saying, he coming along with some nice people, and it wasn't no gimmick stuff. Like, dude really was putting them on like this for them.
No.
Shit, they gotta get, as long as they get in, show up, show out, and do what they supposed to do.
One that bought tickets over there at Puerto Rico and actually turned up at that card, I guarantee none of them would have left.
Yeah,
It was that good a card. It was just, yeah, sure. Some of the, call it early pros, 4 or 5 fights each, weren't world class, but you can see, like, it was just competitive. They turned up and had a proper go. So, and you're dodging a few of the other things too, Nine. Who you got on the rest of the card? So you've got Beterbiev. I'm taking Bivol. Who you got as you run down the card in the other fights? Opatire and Massey. Who you got there?
Ah, fuck. You know what? To keep it a buck, I'm just gonna watch these fights tomorrow and just chill or whatever because I can respect it. And to go back, I'm gonna just do a boomerang because you're Aussie, you know about boomerangs.
Yeah, if you're not looking, they hit you in the
watch
face.
this card.
They come back and just hit you in the head.
I can watch this card and respect it and just enjoy just being a fan and just watching these fights or whatever.
There's some good ones on there now, I promise.
Yeah, but
Straight up,
I can watch this card and respect it. You know what I mean? And just enjoy the card. But the Jake Paul shit, I just can't, bro.
I get it.
Fair enough. But
I get
one day when you've got the man flu and you've got nothing else to watch on TV, right, and you can't sleep, flick it on and just have a bit of a look at it. Now, the next question I've got for both of you.
If I couldn't sleep.
What's gonna happen, DJ, is he gonna fuck around, be on YouTube, and be watching and don't know he watching Jake Paul card. Because his name wasn't even up. Like, I didn't even know it was Jake Paul card.
No, it wasn't well promoted as a Jake Paul card. It
Yeah.
was like Fight Night 100 down there in Puerto Rico. So you were none the wiser unless you tuned in and you saw Amanda there and you saw Jake there. And look, they didn't take over the show.
Yeah, because I happened
like
to see
that.
Right, because I had to see them. I said, what the fuck Jake Paul doing there? The fuck?
Yeah.
Ended up in his card, though.
I asked Punch a couple of days ago, and Wayne actually was good enough just to give me the 101. What's the 101 with these border wars
You know
over
what?
there?
It's Border Wars. It was created. I forgot the other guy, but with the boxing voice, and it'd be like the callers can come in if they got boxing trained. If they ever boxed or sparred, they throw a show basically. Every year they have it at different places.
Oh yeah.
What's that, Nesta?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So
Him
it's
and
nothing
his other guy throws them.
And every local promoter over here in the United States, they have their own version of border wars too. So that's kind of like right on par. It's a million border wars. Like you could like where we stay, Kansas and Missouri.
Right.
They'll have like a border wars type shit too. Like Missouri fighters on one card and Kansas fighters on another card.
Yeah, and Detroit do it too. And St. Louis do. It's like saying St. Louis do one called STL versus everybody. Yeah, and then Detroit do one called Detroit versus everybody.
So it's kind of like a local sort of matchup.
Yeah,
type thing.
Yeah. It's just Ness. It's just Ness. He be including, like, if you ever watch a show, he had some of his callers, and they get to try out sometimes.
And next question I've got for 9. What's your thoughts on the whole Benavidez Morel?
Right now, what jumps out at me is this. I can respect Benavidez for doing that because he's literally cutting Canelo off at the pass. See, Canelo, if you think about his last couple of fights, he's been beating up on the undeveloped young talent that's just not quite ready to step it up into the world-class thing. Morel and Berlanga. So, hypothetically speaking, Munguia and Berlanga. Hypothetically speaking, if you get Morel, where the fuck does Canelo have to go? So what Benavidez is doing is anything you can do, I can do better, bitch. That's all he doing. You know what I'm saying? And Morel is just, in my opinion, I don't think he's quite ready yet because he didn't look too good. What was it, the Bud card?
Yeah, Morel, yep, in LA.
He's not quite ready yet. He'll be ready, but he's not quite. It's like Abdullah Mason. He's at the Abdullah Mason stage. He's not quite ready yet. So this is the best time for Benavidez to fight him or whatever and say, hey, look what I did, Canelo.
He said the same thing I said it's a case of get him while he green.
Yep.
Get him while he green.
Yep.
Do you think it's just well, I've come at it different ways. Morel's probably the only half name in the division that gives Benavidez any credibility outside Bivol and Beterbiev, and they're locked up. Morel's
I think it's
probably,
partially that, bro. Because think about it.
You got to be able to sell a name. And then my next question is, and I asked Slick before it, is there any risk that Ben Whittaker, if he puts on a show in 12 hours' time, that he gets rushed through at 175 against a Morel or a Benavidez? Because, again, that's the only marketable name in the division, because the division's actually not that healthy outside of Bivol and Beterbiev and now Benavidez.
Ain't no telling, bro. But the whole thing is this, though. If you think about Benavidez, where else does he have to go? Pretty much between Benavidez and Canelo, they've exhausted the whole division.
Right.
Everybody that Canelo has fought, Benavidez has fought. That's why everybody's clamoring for this fight. So Benavidez is running out of opponents too. He really needs Canelo. Canelo really needs him.
Right.
But think about it though, bro. Like, where else does Benavidez have to go? Now he's got to walk the same path as Canelo and fight like guys that's like, you know what I
Tomato
mean?
cans.
Washed up.
The fans are going to call them tomato cans.
Yeah. Are
Yep.
green.
Yep.
So
Or he gonna
really,
go.
and that's my point. It's the health of the division. The division's just not healthy. Like when
Yep.
you look at 140 or 154, it's just not healthy enough. And I think that allowing people to stay amongst the rankings without actually fighting and getting kicked out and replenishing it is by proxy or by default damaging the or tarnishing the names of some of these real champions and potential superstars, because the sanctioning bodies aren't feeding them new talent. They're actually just giving them old, stale, easy beats.
But see, this the thing though. The sanctioning bodies is actually the problem though, because look at a Jaime Munguia or look at a Belanga. Those guys are ranked too high for as many fights as they got. Listen, we got into it. I've got into it with guys on other platforms, right? Where, take for instance, a guy like a Abdullah Mason, where they wanted him to have a world title shot. But then look at a guy like Floyd Schofield, who we barely know, barely seen. He's ranked high.
Right.
Who the fuck is he? We
It's
know him for it.
marketability. It's not talent. It's not talent or record. It's marketability that are pushing
Exactly.
people up
Now
the
you're
rankings.
following me. You're based on your marketability. You're based on, and this is my whole argument that I've been saying. The guys who can really fight, you'll never get credit for it, bro, because they're not marketable. Think about, all right, let's back this up. Remember when we was on Punches Live, Deej? And I was telling Punch, I was like, bro, the best fight that Crawford fought was Mean Machine. Because he was an undefeated Olympian, knockout artist. That's a hell of a fucking win where you took a guy's who was an undefeated Olympian. That's the same thing as a guy beating a young Andre Ward or a young Cassius Clay before he became Ali. Do you understand what I'm saying? But he wasn't marketed right. So, he just fought Mean Machine and he had a questionable. I think Mean Machine dropped him. Bro, of course he did. That was an official knockdown, but they didn't give it to him because Mean Machine doesn't have the marketability.
Right.
You can look and see all the guys that has good marketability behind them. And some of them ain't really worth the fuck.
Right. But then he gets more credit for beating Earl Spence.
Yeah. And Earl Spence wasn't never shit.
Because he
Earl
was
Spence
marketable.
went to the Olympics, bro, and didn't even get a fucking win. He lost the first round. But he touted the Olympian, Earl Spence. And we're thinking very, very highly of him. But he didn't have the first round he lost. He didn't even win. No, he doesn't have one Olympic win.
That's facts. Yep.
But the guy beat a fucking Gamboa, who was a gold medalist, and a Mean Machine, who was a medalist. That's his best win. But he's just not promoted right, bro.
I think you're actually just. I don't think we're disagreeing here. I think that you're just telling the same thing that I'm trying to get across a different way, in that I've got fears for people like, well, not fears, but I'd be disappointed for the Abdullah Masons, the Ben Whitakers, the Xander Zayas, those people of the world that have got promise. I think that Ben Whittaker is probably a little bit safer with Top Rank in that Xander Zayas, that they're not going to feed him to the wolves too early. But as for a couple of these other people, when the bag gets big enough and the markability gets big enough, they get thrown in with the grizzly bear before they're ready.
Yep.
And that's where I'm coming back to the sanctioning bodies and saying, well, you've got 10 divisions, 4 sanctioning bodies. You've got 60 people in each division by 10, 600 people that you're not cycling through and cleaning out the rubbish so that the new talent can come through to make competitive, exciting fights.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And I see people like Canelo, Bud, whoever it might be in these divisions, that it's really not their fault because they're not managing the division. They're only managing their own record and who they want to fight, whether it's mandatory or otherwise. And there's a bit to be said about the sanctioning bodies just letting divisions go stale and forcing Bud, Canelo, Benavidez to taint their reputation because there's no one else in the division that have proven themselves to be worthy challengers.
Right.
Let me ask you a question too, Deej. Take a guy like Rolly Romero. How many fights he got?
Oh, he's got photos of someone. Like he can't get big fights like he has. Like he's got
But
photos.
how many fights do he has?
I'm guessing maybe pro fights?
Yeah, pro fights.
Well, like probably about 14, right?
Yeah, I was going to say 12.
Fights, right? He's been at the forefront and got a tank fight. He's been a 2-division champ. What did he win a title at 135?
Oh, yeah. He was gifted one against a grandpa that was about 89 years old.
Right.
Yeah, 140. He's a former world titleist, and he's got less fights than Abdullah Mason.
Yep.
Don't that seem crazy?
Yeah, 100%. But like you say, marketability. He talked his way into some shit and got popular.
But he's marketable. Exactly, bro. It's about marketability. But when I'm looking at talent, but see, promoters is looking at marketability. So all the guys that they can market, yeah, he's, he talks a lot of shit. Or
I'm not laughing at you, and I'm laughing at Mark. Yeah, Rowley and Bumbosis must have the same photos exactly. They must have owl or turkey in the nude somewhere.
Right.
But it's all about marketability, bro. They marketable.
Yeah, look, I think we've got the same frustrations. And
yeah,
look, I show them a little bit. I told all of you I don't want to get into the politics, but the more and more you have these discussions about different fights, it's like a slow leak in your roof. It actually just leaks in until there's a pull. So, no, that's all. But look, I was saying to Punch there, though, like just ask yourself the last quarter of this year, I think that Shakur's injured. Who won't we get to see in the top echelon of fighters for the remainder of the year? Like we get Usyk, Fury. We've got Whittaker, Mason, Zoo. The Charlos dusting the cobwebs off. Like, it was only 2 years ago that we weren't getting anything.
Mm-hmm.
So there's got to be an upside to boxing at the moment, whether you agree with all of the fights and the contests. Like, we're getting to see just about every star, bar one or two.
But you know why we talking about Mason right now?
Because we've got
to know the number one reason why we're talking about Abdullah Mason right now.
Because Slick gave me homework.
Well, he's a good fighter, damn good fighter. But he's out hustling everybody.
Right.
He's out hustling everybody. Dude,
He constant fights.
all right, say for instance, right, pick your favorite fighter, your personal favorite fighter, Deej.
Hang on, I've got to address one thing before I answer that. Rob, that name's Bandy. No Diddy. None. No Diddy here. What you do in your own time's up to you, but there's no Diddy here.
Right. He said, I'm not popular.
Who's my favorite fighter?
Yep.
Probably Jai Alpataya.
Okay. How often are you gonna see him fight? If he fights tonight, right now, when's the next time you're gonna see him?
Well, he's been more active and dropped belts and done all those sorts of things. So maybe first quarter of next year.
Exactly. Think about that. You have guys that fight once, maybe twice a year if you're lucky. Right? And they hold on to that one win.
Right. Living off the hype.
Yeah. Think about it. Tank just knocked out Frank Martin. Right now, he's a world beater. He just knocked out an unready Frank Martin. And Earl Spence, nigga, if you listening, you ain't shit for that because you served that kid up to the wolves.
Mm-hmm.
This is all smoke and mirrors, bro. You will see your fighter once a year, if you're lucky, twice a year. I feel so sorry for Punch, and shout out to the homie Punch. And where the fuck is he at anyway?
He was in the chat earlier.
He out sick like Al Hibb.
I checked on him about a half hour ago to see if he was still here.
Y'all, Punch sees his favorite fighter fight once a year.
Mm-hmm.
Once a year.
And he's just watching him get blacklisted and stonewalled by PBC.
Yeah.
Hey, man, that was his own doing. He the one went out and tried to go against Al Hammond and talk that bullshit.
But once a year.
That's
don't have a sugar hit.
You will see your favorite fighter fight once a year. Twice if you're lucky.
And I gotta say this to DJ. Shout out to Mark Wynn. Nah, dog, I'm not that popular. But look, DJ, you ever heard of you don't throw rocks at the throne?
No, explain it to me.
In layman's terms. It's like you don't burn a bridge that you eventually got to cross. He burnt the PBC bridge. You can't cross it, bro.
Hey, don't single me out. We're all talking the same frustrations here, RC.
Well, hey. I'm gonna say this. And shout out to you because I'm on your side tonight, DJ. You just honestly want to see the best fight the best, correct?
Actually, after today, I will settle for regular good contests.
I was about to give you props because this year, 2024, you saw the best fight the best. The best 154 pounder, which is currently in reigning, the Towering Inferno, Sebastian Fedora fought the best at 54, Tim Tszyu. You saw it. And guess what? You may have not liked the result, but you saw it.
Yeah, I want to see some good fights during the year, but I want to see more good fighters. I want to see fighters being tested. You know what I'm saying? I agree with the sanctioning bodies. They not doing their job. You know what I'm saying? There's a 1, 2, 3, like they like, for instance, WO screen by top 15, right? But how often do you see them really invoke that where, like, I'm a champion, so I got to fight number one, then the next dude, after I beat him, number two becomes number one. Let me fight him. This isn't it. in this day and age of boxing, it's totally different because you go back to Bernard Hopkins days and stuff, and Roy and all them. They fought their mandatories. They fought the guys that was next up. That's why they had their shot. You know what I'm saying? And you had some good boxers that came up out of that would challenge some of your great boxers. You know what I mean? But in this day and age, it's like people too busy wanting the big fight. You know what I mean? And it's getting to the point where I feel like it hurts the sport because you don't get a chance to appreciate when you see two great boxers get in the ring. You get what I'm saying? If that makes sense. It's not enough good boxing matches to make you want to appreciate the great boxing matches. Everything just can't be great.
Here's an analogy that I think that RC will appreciate. Boxing's only interested in the Super Bowl and the semifinals and the NFL. What they're not interested in is the college games, right?
College games go hard. Wait,
no, and that's my point, right? If you allow some of those really good contests to happen in between the NFL game equivalent in boxing or the Super Bowls in boxing, you're going to draw more people into it. And you're also going to find out that some people just don't belong there.
Right. Who you thought was great probably wasn't the shit any fucking way. He just fight once a year. He gets a chance to look great once a year.
So I used today, by luck or good management, where Slick and I watched a Jake Paul card that wasn't promoted as a Jake Paul card, and shit, it was just entertainment. Are they all going to be the next elite Bud Crawfords, Canelos? Absolutely not. But the contest was worth watching.
Right.
Hey, y'all watched the MVP card today?
Yeah, it was on, but it wasn't promoted like that. It was on the Zone, but it was good ass fights, bro. He got some talent.
What's Slick? That bucket that's down on that floor next to you on that desk must be full, dog. You don't need to run to the bathroom and dump it in the toilet?
Nah, man.
But you had to throw it up about 3 times.
No. Jake Paul didn't fight. Like I said, you wouldn't have known because I was watching it and I happened to see Jake Paul in the crowd. I'm like, the fuck Jake Paul doing there? You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? But like, he got 3 good box. He got some talent, bro.
What?
And the fights was fucking damn good. And like, I even told DJ, I said, I ain't gonna lie. Jake Paul wearing that promoter's hat nice. He wasn't in there acting a clown. It was strictly about the fighters. He wasn't in there showboating. He wasn't doing none of that shit. You know what I mean?
He didn't promote his November card?
They were showing a commercial. And when the fight was over, they asked him about it. But other than that, he didn't even stay on it.
He actually made it. He made it all about the up and comers, the cards, Amanda Serrano.
Yeah,
he made it about everyone else, other than himself.
Yeah, he didn't. They showed a commercial maybe once or twice, doing the whole thing. But like other than that, he got asked about it, and he gave praise to Mike Tyson, this and third. And then he turned it into, about the fighters. He was like Mike Tyson. He went out to do a good show because he knew he had power. He knew he had this. He was like, that's what I want these guys to do. Go out there, use your skills, and throw a show. Don't go out there just trying to be a showboater or not give these people a show. Right. And he made it about that. I ain't gonna lie. He wore the promoter hat nice, bro. He didn't make it about him. None of that matter. Serrano announced her retirement after Katie Taylor. She said she done. She got her own little fighter.
Wait, ain't that the one that went blind with the hair dye or something like that?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So she was supposed to fight Katie Taylor then. So she gonna fight Katie Taylor next year, and then she said she done. She hanging it up.
Wait, so she not fighting in November?
No. Yeah, they fought in November.
Oh, they fight in November?
Yeah, that's the November card at AT&T. That's the one where
okay,
Jake
so
Paul...
she fighting her. Okay, so she fighting her in November, but then she said she had one more fight next year. And then that's it.
Okay. That makes sense.
She doesn't look fit at all, does she?
Yeah, she didn't. Hell no. She's out of shape, bro.
Just well out of condition.
Damn, she fighting like less than a month? What the fuck?
Yeah, she don't look. She did not look like she fight ready, bro.
Yeah, man. See, this is Jake Paul shit I'm talking about. See, I know it's about to be some shit.
But
No, see, you see.
but other than that, the card was nice though. You gotta rewind the beginning of this because I was trying to start my show, but the fight was so damn good. I'm like, God damn, these motherfuckers really doing that thing. And I was shocked, but the card was nice, bro. It was. It was.
I don't know. I'm not sold. Jake Paul.
No, you got to look at it subjective. Like I like I said, I didn't know it was a Jake Paul card. First off, you know what I'm saying.
Right.
Second, you know what I'm saying. I was so into it. By the time I noticed him, I didn't give a shit. You know what I'm saying. The fight was legit good. Now, say if it on the thumbnail on the zone it had Jake Paul face on that bitch, and it was like MVP promotions, blah blah blah. But with Jake Paul, I probably wouldn't have watched it. You get what I'm saying?
No, I'm gonna ask you this: are you covering the November 15th thing on
because
Netflix?
Shushu on there and what's the old boy name from PBC? Start with M.
Mario
Mario
Barrios.
Barrios. Yeah. It's
Now I'm
actual
gonna
real
say this
boxing
now.
on there.
Now I'm gonna say this. I'm not trying to jinx you. I know Halloween coming up. You know the bad luck. You know every time you have covered a Jake Paul event, you have been clapped. You know this, right?
Yeah.
I'm not here to jinx you.
I'm messing around. I'm not even gonna name it. I'm just gonna say boxing talk. That's it. I'm not even gonna name that.
I don't know, bro. I will walk light, slick.
Wait a minute. Was it Jake Paul?
It was Jake Paul, bro. That fight and the other one where Amanda Serrano got blinded, you got clapped on that one too.
Oh yeah.
It's 2 in a row, bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah. Think about that. Yeah.
Yeah, you ain't never like them and Fox Australia got my ass.
And Slick, to answer your question, who headlines the card next year? It'd have to be Spence Fondora if it's going to be in Texas.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Yep.
That's Spence Fondora.
Yeah, that makes too much sense. It has to be there. Everybody gonna come out. What do you say?
I'm actually getting more excited about the Catterall and Prograve fight.
Yeah,
I'm itching to see that.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good fight.
You must be bored.
That's gonna be a good fight.
Listen here.
Yeah, that's a good little fight.
You mind your manners.
Right. It ain't no pay-per-view fight, but it's a good fight though. I want to know.
It's free.
I want to know. I want to know if Prograde is gonna be able to, goddamn me, reclaim his fame. With Catterall coming off that win, that's what
Catterall
I'm interested
gets
in.
him. Catterall gets him.
I think if he got to take Catterall in deep water. That's the only way you win it. When Catterall start gassing out. So I'm eager to see how he handles that.
Yeah.
I'm interested in your take, and I asked Slick and Punch and a few other guys during this week about the same sort of thing. Do you think that the Turkey influence has changed the way that some of the other promoters, like PBC, have actually behaved for the rest of the year, knowing for them to compete that they've actually got to stack their cards and put on good fights where they were in a happy zone beforehand? Because we only had the conversation 10 minutes ago to say, well, look, we've seen just about every star, whether it be Tank, Canelo, Shakur, name them all. We've seen them all this year, where 2 years ago, you'd have been lucky to see 2 of them. So do you think that influence by default has actually put a little bit of pressure on the rest of the promoters to actually step their game up and deliver better products?
No, I don't even think they fear or feel like Turkey is any competition It's sad to say, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm really serious about this. I think they just taking Turkey and using the hell out of him. Like they really like using him.
How so?
Okay, take tomorrow for instance. Bob Arum just robbed the whole goddamn main event after Turkey paid for it. Real
Yeah,
talk.
yeah. Bob double dipped on that one.
He jacked him. Watch this. One of the highlights of the August 3rd card, right, which Turkey paid for, which was Pitbull versus Ryo. Guess what? The much anticipated rematch will be on PBC's pay-per-view. They didn't even offer Turkey a shot to even bid on that rematch. I just take it.
And then like they let Turkey have the Bivol fight in other countries, but for it's America, we got to switch channels.
You gotta switch channels. He just took his shit.
So Bob got paid for the fight from Turkey, and Bob also getting paid from Disney
For showing it.
in America to show it.
For free.
Yeah,
Bro, it is like the
I give him
ultimate
that.
thing of getting used. Dana White just
But-
did it this past September 5th with the UFC thing in the spear. Use the piss out the man.
But I think in a little bit of something, they do see what the fans want, because we can't deny that the cards have been stacked from PBC. Like he's trying to stack them.
I mean, you got a thing of stacking of okay. When you say stacking, you talking about this Earl Spence Fedora card with Benavidez on it and Pitbull and Ryo 2 on it.
Yeah.
Look at the
Stacking
venue though.
cards.
Look at the venue. The
Right.
venue calls for you to stack it.
Right.
You got 100,000 seats you try to fill.
Yeah, but he done had cards where
Not in the AT&T Center though.
no, not AT&T Center where, but we know how Al do though. Al will give you a good main event, but then the rest of the shit you be like, what the fuck is this?
Well, yeah, that's in Vegas. That's Vegas. Vegas is getting him a site fee. He don't give a shit. You get what I'm saying? He not getting no site fee from Jerry Jones.
Well, you got to think too. He did the Benavidez and Tank. That was a stack. That was stacked.
What you feel like that fight was stacked with
Yeah,
June 15th?
Benavidez could have had his own card.
But against that dude debuting at 75?
I'm just saying he could have.
No, bro, now
Al,
you know
I'm
damn
saying
well.
being Al, man, come on. Let's not act like Al
You
ain't
would-
do
you
no
wouldn't
shit
have been-
cards.
But you would have been pissed off if they would have made Benavidez versus that dude as a main event.
Exactly. But what I'm saying, that's my point.
Right.
He's done that to me before. You know what I'm saying? You pay him for some shit and the main event be like, what the fuck is this? And you want us to pay for this? He could have did that if he wanted to. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, hey, bro, like, but I don't really think.
I think it's just I don't think it's what I'm trying to say is I don't think like Turk is forcing them to do it. I think that they just looking at it like, okay, it's just good business. You know what I'm saying? If he keep doing that, you know what I'm saying, you gotta compete. You gotta compete in somehow, some way. I'm not saying PBC gonna stack every card. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
But he's gonna show you that he could do it too. If he gotta show his hand, he could do it. You know what I mean?
But to answer your question, DJ, honestly and truly, I don't believe the Bob Arums, the Al Haymans, or you really giving a damn what he's doing, because the running joke, especially coming from PBC DJ, is Turk is the B-side king. Yeah, you giving a lot of fights. Yeah, they lasting all day, but you don't have a star. And that's just the fact.
But
for the American side.
But
For the
Not
American,
American side.
Exactly.
hang on. Let me just come back for a little bit. Is that ignorance to what the fans want? Because hear me out. You may well be the B-side, but if you're delivering a main event and or a card where you get exciting contestable fights, like proper contestable fights, because they seem to matchmake really well If you look at the last Riyadh card and a
Right.
couple of other things that are going on, some of them have been a bit of a gimmick. Nagano and Joshua, that was a bit of a gimmick. But
Mhm.
if they're actually giving the fans 10 rounds, 12 rounds of intrigue, who's it going to go to? I reckon that that's what the true fans want, rather than a tank just blasting someone out of there in his own timing. Round 6, 7, 8, whenever he decides to, because it's only a matter of time, because you know how it's going to end.
Right.
Like, I think that sport is one of the last, if not the last, real, what would I call it? Realistic, or what's the word I'm looking for? Unknowns. Like, when you go into competition in sport, if it's not corrupt, you can go in there and get excited, not knowing who's going to win it, right?
Right.
And I think that's part of the excitement from the fans. A lot of fans don't always want to see a Canelo or a Tank or a Bud or a Usyk just blast people out of there. For a couple of them, yeah, fine. But a lot of fans want to see a contest, and that's what sport's about. So when we look at the Riyadh cards, where they actually seem to matchmake pretty well, and what was the last one, Slick? There were 2 or 3 draws,
Right.
which is unheard of on the same card. That's exciting. Like, you don't know where to put your money. So really, my question is that, have the other promoters changed their formula and said, well, it's not enough just to see a superstar. You've got to see a superstar in a contest. That's probably the better question, because I think that sporting fans, not boxing fans, sporting fans want to see a contest. The best games you've ever watched, whether it's NFL, ice hockey, soccer, over here, rugby league, cricket, whatever, have been close matches that have got you on the edge of your seat. Who's going to win this?
I think when everything fizzles out, right, everybody finds their role. And it's only one promoter I know that found their role. He's been standing in it since the 60s, and that's Bob. Right? Bob will put his like what they call in Turkey. Technically, you can call Bob the B-side king, right? Because he go put the fights on that are supposed to be considered B fighters, but you see them enough and you get to see the skills and you get to see them grow. You get what I mean? And then they eventually become A-side fighters. So, like, I think everybody just have to, when it fizzles out, everybody find their role. So Turkey I feel like Turkey is gonna be, okay, the litmus test. Like, okay, you think you the shit? I got a tournament for you to get in. Because that seems like everything Turkey does is like a tournament style. You get what I'm saying? He's putting guys in the ring with another guy that you are nowhere near familiar with, so you can really find out who's the best, right? The 5 versus 5. Every Riyadh card, the LA card, right? Them guys, if that was up to their promoters, them guys wouldn't have been in the ring with them guys they was in the ring with. You know what I mean? I think that's Turkey's niche, right? I know Turkey wants to conquer the world and things like that and be a big promoter, but I think that's where he fits. You know, you take these other promoter guys and put them on a big card, and then you show the world who's who, like how he did in December with the heavyweights. You know what I mean? Now we know. So I think that would be more so where he should fall in line, because he's gonna give us those fights. He's gonna give us the good fights, and then you're gonna get a big banger at the end, such as the Boys and the AJ fight. You get what I mean?
So if I use Rob's same language that he used, he sees more than he actually hears. And if I use that analogy, I'm saying, well, I'm seeing since the introduction of Turkey coming into the equation, we'll call it, I'm seeing other promoters step their game up and put on almost pay-per-view worthy cards.
Yeah. Because, like, tomorrow card.
There are exceptions, of course, and it's not always going to be able to happen. I understand the politics and the money behind it, venues, organisations, promotions. But if I make today's model of boxing and what we've seen this year in 2024 compared to 2022, what did we actually get to see in 2022 or 2021?
Right.
Now,
you
some of
coming
that,
out of COVID. You coming out of COVID.
yeah, but some of that also was that you saw PBC hit, I won't say panic stations, but they hit a little bit of as their contract with Showtime was finishing, all of a sudden they made an effort to make their product more viable to the next
accessible.
broadcaster.
Right.
Yep. We haven't been doing much the last couple of years, but I'll put my foot on the pedal and I'll give you this, and this, as the contract was ending with Showtime, to bolster their position with what is now Amazon Prime and perhaps Netflix next year. All I'm saying to you is there's now an influence, however big that is, there's an influence that's come into the boxing calculations that have been good for the fans, given that I feel like, at least temporarily, the other promoters have stepped their game up a little bit.
Yeah, and it's easy. What's good, G-Fish? And also, too, just to put it in perspective, Turkey is the only place Turkey not winning is America.
And
right?
he's not going to win in America.
Yeah, but I'm saying he's winning, but he is winning elsewhere. And I will say this: by those guys playing ball, those guys are making a lot of money. But the reason he can get that off over there because American boxers aren't as active as those. You go to London, Britain, and so forth. You get what I'm saying? That's what they do. They gonna be ready at a drop of a dime. That's why you see them guys constantly fighting, because that's what they're used to doing. You know what I mean? Whereas our stars are not used to that. You know what I mean? They have stars over there that will do a pay-per-view, then turn around, their next fight won't even be on pay-per-view. You know what I mean? Because their model is different. You know what I mean? So it's so it's like you take a AJ. I remember AJ won pay-per-view for a long time. Right? And then all of a sudden you do a free fight, then you get a pay-per-view, then you do a free fight, then you do a pay-per-view. Like their model is different because it's like, I'm gonna market you to the masses, put you on for free, we're gonna charge a pay-per-view for a big one, then you gonna go right back to a regular fight because their money scheme don't change. Like you will never hear over here Bob talking about I want to sign you to Top Rank and give you $50 million. You'll never hear that. You'll never hear that shit. They sign boxers over there like it's fucking the NBA. You get what I'm saying? So for them to fight a free fight, it's like shit. It don't matter. I fight this free TV fight and then a pay-per-view and then you know what I mean? So that's why like when it comes to the fights over there, he could win because when he say he needs somebody, they're active. They're like, I'll do it. Ain't no big deal. Over here, our stars is not on that type of time. You know what I mean? Because if you think about it, if our fighters was just as active, rest assured, a lot of our stars will most likely be beaten by now. But they choose not to be. Like I said, you have your exceptions, but a lot of these guys will be beaten by now because they've all been fought each other. And some in the top 15 of each section of body. You get what I'm saying? Because you got to remember, like we pride the WC, WA, WO, and did I miss one? WA, WC, WO, and what's the other one? Goddamn, IBF, right? The IBF. Over there, we're the only country that don't have their own belts. Over there, they pride their belts. Commonwealth, the EU, the British title. I'm missing one.
Yeah, because they got the support.
The sovereign, exactly. But that's what I'm saying. The sovereign the sovereign title, and they hold those just as high as a WBC. You see what I'm saying? Or a WBA, or so that's the difference, right? That's where the real marketing is, when each country has their own belts. And sometimes it bothers me because, like, I don't know if y'all follow Japan boxing and stuff, right? But what a lot of people don't know, WBC got their own belt in Japan. WBA has their own belt in Japan. WBO has their own belt in Japan. But it's theirs. You see what I'm saying? It's theirs. They don't have their own titles. But they have a special title from each sanctioning body that we praise. The belts we get is actually from these guys' country. There's no American WBC. There's no American WBO. There's no none of that. You get what I mean? There's no regular title for us that we done came up with. So when you step outside of America, it's kind of a whole new ball game. You know what I mean? So that's why I feel like it's so difficult if Turkey did one step, because over there it's more ran as a business. Over here is more of the wild, wild west. Is to each his own, which is why we refer to our what do you refer to a boxing company that's full of boxers? A stable, right? They run that shit like horse racing. You know what I'm saying? We worried about steroids. What happened to it when you find out a horse on steroids? You get fined or get suspended. Your jockey taking pills to stay little, to stay light. He gets suspended or banned. It's like the same thing. We look at boxers in a whole different light than I would say we don't value the boxers that we have like other countries value boxers.
Oh, cause we need a name. And then, like I say, man, Slick, that was a live soliloquy of letting DJ know. But man, I'm not gonna shield DJ from the real shit in America. DJ, nobody give a fuck about boxing over here if you ain't got no fucking name. And the reason why Turkey, nobody over here fucking with Turkey, because you put your shit on mad early in the morning. Guess what, DJ? The card tomorrow, 80% of America about to miss the motherfucker.
Yeah, that's a fact. Because it's over there.
Yeah.
Right.
Keep
But
it
that's
over there.
but what I'm saying is, right, but you the
Slick,
part that
let me retort.
Uh,
It's using the same language. It's your own damn fucking fault because you got comfortable in your own fucking glass house and thought that you were the be all and the end all. The reality is that boxing internationally has evolved, and over in the US, you're still fucking stuck in your own fucking, I want this, I want that. This is good enough, that's not good enough. And you
Don't
get
forget the
left by
fire
the
stick shit.
wayside.
Don't forget the fire stick shit.
And then extreme, right.
We fire stick some shit.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. Think about it. That's what I'm saying. So think about it like this.
Yes.
If we had
haven't
enough,
evolved, RC.
right. If and it's the thing too, we haven't evolved into what they call old. You understand what I'm saying? And that's some crazy shit. You know what I mean? So like what they do is on TV, boxing on TV, this is that and the third. Over here, we got to worry about fucking PETA and all these damn clubs. Oh, boxing's barbaric and all of this shit, and that shit cuts it out on TV. And what I'm saying is that's why it's kind of harder for not with the promoters. When I say this, the promoters and all these other hurdles for Turk to really come and try to put some shit together over here versus it's easy as fuck over there. You get what I'm saying?
Bro,
it's super easy because that's their walk of life. Whereas, like this, to your point, America don't give a fuck about boxing because it's not in the forefront. It's not seen. You see what I'm saying?
And you need to start to carry the motherfucker, man. Like I say, I'm on DJ's side tonight. Shout out to Timothy Costano Zoo. Man, this poor man had to travel 17 hours from Australia to Las Vegas to do a damn promotion with a fighter that ain't fighting 2 years. Why? To build his name. And I'm talking about Keith goddamn Thurman.
Well, at least he didn't fucking pick someone from fucking 147 or 140 to actually fight him like Tank does. But listen.
Hey, Tank's a star. You cannot compare Timberfield and Devontae Tank Davis. Two different people. Apples and oranges.
It's just I just feel like, you know, like for instance, Tank, right?
Who
Tank,
gives us what we want?
right?
But go ahead. Go ahead.
Right. He gives a selective few compared to the masses what they want, right? And what I mean by that is he would be way more appreciated if boxing was on a regular thing, right? And then he'd be like, oh, it's a Tank fight. He'd be way more appreciated. He wouldn't even catch as much slack as he catch, to be fair. You get what I'm saying? It's just now that if Tank only gonna fight twice a year, Tank, when you see Tank, you want to see Tank fight somebody. You catch what I'm saying? It's like when you saw Bernard Hopkins. Bernard Hopkins fought names, and he fought what we would consider today no names. But you saw Bernard Hopkins, and you appreciated his pay-per-views when they came. You appreciated his free fights too. That was on Showtime, right? You Roy in the 90s, 93 fought a lot of people today that we would call nobodies. You see what I'm saying?
2024, Tank is bringing people to the forefront. Lamar Roach is a nobody.
You know what I'm saying?
You, Slick, you're saying the right shit. I
Yeah,
feel you,
but you get, but when I'm saying when Bernard fought nobodies, they were free, not pay-per-view. That's what I'm saying. So if you saw, if even if it wasn't Tank fighting in boxing, we knew Saturday or Friday, Saturday there was boxing on television, and they advertised it, and people would give it a chance, and then people start getting into it, and they announced the Tank fight. He would catch less flack for it because you constantly seeing boxing like, ooh, it's a Tank fight. Versus there's no boxing really on TV anymore. Everything is pay-per-view. This is why they say, oh, they're stealing. Yeah, people stealing this shit because you putting fucking 30 fucking pay-per-views a year out and you ain't giving shit for free.
That's facts. Shout out to Netflix next year.
Right. So you know, so if you get what I'm saying, this is why like I'd be astounded. Now, this is just me. I'd be astounded. Like, to me, that fucking Bivol and that Beterbiev commercial they running over there and shit. Only place I can say commercials on YouTube. Boy, I done watched a commercial about at least 15 times. Boy, that shit go hard. But see, they could do that for them and put that on regular TV and get them hyped off the shit because they appreciate boxing over there. You see what I'm saying?
They don't appreciate boxing in America.
You know, like I said, you go on ESPN, motherfucker, you got to scroll all the way to the bottom, go all the way to the right just to see boxing. You see what I'm saying? The click the link for boxing. You know what I mean?
I see. Let me ask you something.
Mm-hmm.
And why was I actually drawn to Heavy Bag and GMT Sports originally? I don't know whether it was 6 months ago, 12 months ago, time flies.
Say that again? I ain't hear it.
Why was I actually drawn to the Heavy Bag and GMT Sports channel originally?
To learn about the sport, right?
Right. That's the failure that I think that America's got. It's so divided that you're actually almost derogatory to actual casuals that want to get their foot in the door and say, well, how's this actually work? Now, if you don't have a leather skin, you're just going to get pummeled. You're going to have people from everywhere just saying, oh, you're a casual, you know nothing, right? But part of actually bringing fans into your actually tight-knit niche group is educating them, right? Now, everyone hates the politics of boxing. It's bullshit. Part of it's actually destroying the sport. But you don't get that when you go to any other sport around the world. And I follow all sports. I love sports. It doesn't matter what it is. If I understand it, I'm just starting to learn about NFL, right, with Punch and RC on their channels when they go live. I'll ask some dumb questions, but if you turn around and just say, oh, you're just a casual, shut up, well, you just lost a fan.
I get it all the time.
But I think there's a missing piece in that most people will say, are intelligent enough to realise whether they're getting treated fairly while they're asking questions, or if they're getting treated with disgust or whatever it might be, they'll just leave. They don't need to be there, and they'll spend their money somewhere else, right? They'll go to boxing, and they'll go to gymnastics or hockey or whatever it might be. There is very little channels that I've come across, and I don't visit a lot or the majority. There's very little channels that you can go to and feel like you can say, well, how the fuck does this work? And you might not like the answer. In reality, the politics, the PBC, Bud getting blocked out, you might not like that, but at least someone's given you the time to actually explain it to you. If you don't ask those questions and you're none the wiser, next time you pick up the rankings and you see Errol Spence #1 ranking at WBC, and you go, how the fuck did that happen? Right?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't make sense to me. Mm-hmm. Well, you've lost interest and you're going to walk away because it doesn't make sense to you.
Right. Let me answer that one. Say something on it. It's for me, it's refreshing when I meet somebody that do want to learn. Well, you're a different type of casual, right? Let me explain the American casual. The American casual attached themselves to somebody.
Same deal.
And they and they follow that one somebody, and you can't tell. Now, I ain't talking about RC. I'm talking about you can find dozens and dozens of these channels, and no hate on their channels. But if you say something about their favorite fighter, they gonna curse your ass out.
Shout out the punch.
They gonna tell you don't know shit.
Shout out the punch.
It is what it is.
Shout out
blah
the
blah blah. Right? and that's not a fan of the sport. Most casuals are fan of a boxer. You get what I'm saying?
Shout out the point.
And the reason being they're attached because they think they are attached they think they are attached to the boxer. They're not. They're attached to the hype around that boxer. So, for instance,
you my dog. Shout out to the point.
So think about it like this. When Errol Spence, when PBC first came on, the Charlo boys, Errol Spence, all them, dude, the world thought these guys was the shit already, right? Because America fall for the old okie doke. These guys got big gold chains on, they driving nice cars, and they gotta be the shit. You understand what I'm saying? So, and ain't nobody seen them fight for real, but they have to be the shit, and it's part of the illusion. You know what I'm saying? When I started my channel, I told everybody, hey, I got a favorite boxer, but I'm gonna call down if my favorite boxer fucking up, hey, you fucking up. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm more of a fan of the overall sport. So when people start coming over here and I start mentioning people from England and Ireland and stuff like that, people are like, wow, I didn't know they do that. Yeah. And I appreciate like the UK. I appreciate, Britain boxing and all that stuff because how they conduct themselves and they look at it as a sport, and it's like a dream for me. I wish America would look at boxing as a sport instead of the Wild Wild West. Like I said, they conduct themselves in business. Yeah, you got Matchroom, Queensberry. They had their beef, this and third, but it never stopped them from placing their fighters against each other, right? Over here, it's not like that. Golden Boy, Top Rank, hella history. They don't like each other, period. Once upon a time, they were Golden Boy. De La Hoya was over there with Top Rank when he got his contract and him getting out of that, and he hated that man ever since. Motherfucker, PBC came on the scene. This is the fucked up part. PBC came out. Guess what they did? They started putting fights on regular TV, right? Everybody was happy. I'll never forget. It was Keith Thurman and what's my green-eyed Puerto Rican dude? Danny Garcia, right? Put them on free TV. And when I tell you the first time in history I got a phone call, because I'm an outcast. I'm like the only one that really watches boxing, like really cares about boxing. And my family, I got family that watch boxing, but I read up on it. I don't have nobody else in my family like that besides my dad, and he's passed away. So like that for a person to call me and say, hey, we throwing a fight party, man. You know they got a fight coming on CBS on Channel 4? Yeah. Oh man. It threw the world in a frenzy. So when he did that, guess what happened? Top Rank, the two people who hate each other the most, joined forces, sued Al Heyman, and said that he's creating a monopoly and he's gonna fuck the money up for everybody. Over here it's crazy like that, bro. They don't want to get along. They don't want to share their money. They don't understand the concept. If we come together, we can make more money than anything. And like I said, beef amongst promoters is everywhere. But you got, goddamn me, like I say, the biggest promotion companies over that way, Queensberry, Frank Warren and Eddie, right? They never liked each other. Frank Warren likes his daddy, but he don't like Eddie when he took over. But that never stopped them from placing their fighters in the ring with each other. Over here, oh, fuck no. I'm not. You want to fight my fighter? Fuck you. I don't like you. And that's another reason. So that's why I always gravitate towards, like, I know a lot about England and their boxing, and then when I got into Ireland, and then they let me to that bird knuckle and all of that shit, bro. And until our promoters get on the same fucking page, or our sanctioning bodies that's over here, because they play the role like they care about American boxing. But I'm gonna be honest with you, I feel like our sanctioning bodies don't care about American boxing. They care about the money they can make off American boxing. That's about it. Because like I read earlier, it's stated they could file an injunction and prove their case as of why Errol Spence should have that fight, right? That should not even be in there. If he's not if he is nowhere near ranked, it shouldn't be. You should not be able to profess a case as of why. You understand what I'm saying? When there's other champions that deserve that. So you're basically saying, if you prove to me, I may let you skip the line. You get what I'm saying? That baffles me on American boxing.
Slick, have you ever actually watched the sport for the first time where you don't understand the rules? Like you've just flicked it on. You just go, well, what the hell's happening here? What happened there? How come they're changing it over? Have you ever watched a sport that you don't understand?
Yeah.
Right. Well,
yeah.
think about that when you're talking about it. Well, in contrast or comparison to how boxing matches get made.
Right.
If you don't understand it, right, and it doesn't make sense to you, you're not going to follow it. And that's probably what I'm encouraging people to actually be more curious about. Ask the questions, and look, for all intensive purposes, you might hate the answer. And RC's given me 1,000 answers over times that I've hated, but guess what? I'm better off for it.
Mm-hmm.
And I can appreciate some of the better fights or the better cards that have come along. So instead of pigeonholing people into groups for experts, managers, casuals, all those sorts of things, once you divide your population base or your follower base, that actually makes it worse.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, look, it's interesting. Anyway, I'm about to go down. As soon as I get into politics with NFL, fuck, I'm out.
But see, NFL is a lot easier because it's an organization. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's a lot easier to follow than boxing, bro. Like you'll never hear, "Oh, I'm not doing this because this team don't like this," and two teams never play each other. Fuck no, they could not like each other, but they have to play against each other.
So let me ask you: is NFL a more profitable followed sport in United States?
Yes.
So that resonates with what I'm saying. Have a look at other sporting models that are more successful than your own, and stop being simply selfish and look at the bigger picture.
That's what I'm saying. Right? They need to come together. Like I said, there's no reason to I mean, they had every reason to be the biggest show in America. I don't know about outside of America, but that's the Super Bowl. Shit. You know how much it costs? Hey, DJ, you know how much it costs to get your commercial play during the Super Bowl?
For 5 seconds.
Huh? For 5 seconds.
Who's just joined us?
Oh, that's G Fish. G Fish. My boy G Fish.
I didn't recognize the avatar.
No,
How are
okay.
you, Jay?
Yeah, it still got them. It still got Bird Gang up there. Them
Yeah.
Eagles.
The Eagles. But yeah, it costs DJ. It costs $1 million to get a 5-second commercial play during the Super Bowl because it's the most watched fucking thing all year. But
Look, there's a really good balance in any international sport. There's a really good balance. I'm just not sure that boxing has, call it, can't teach an old dog new tricks. Call it that. I don't know, but look, I see in different channels, in different forums, that the boxing followers are starting to wake up and realise that they're just not willing to pay for some pay-per-views, you know. And once that starts to happen, if it's only 1,000 people, that should be cause for concern.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because what you should be doing is you should be inviting 1,000 more, not losing 1,000 less.
Right.
From a business model. You're a businessman.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Would you, if you've got 100 clients and you lost 10, would you revisit your business model?
Hell yeah, something ain't right.
You want 10 more, not 10 less.
So right. That's why
I think that in part is the complacency of what I might be seeing in US boxing.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's thriving everywhere else. It's absolutely thriving.
Yeah, exactly.
Can I ask something real quick?
Go ahead, G-Fish.
All right, so I was just messing with you, DJ, when I was talking about the B-more. It's a tank from my hometown. I was just messing with you. But I'm a casual, right?
Right.
And, all right, so for the football aspect, for reason why is winning worldwide, because even if people that's not from the United States don't watch every game or they got to catch it mad early on their time zone, they make sure they broadcast. They have 17 games, damn near 18 games. That one game, which is the Super Bowl, they make sure they broadcast that game worldwide.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why it's like damn near like the greatest show on earth type right now.
Right.
All right. So now, as far as boxing, I think with the lack of, like, back then when we was growing up, we had fight night.
Right.
So you followed it when you was following on TV, the pay-per-views and stuff, but you actually was boxing with them, and it's in your face. It took a dive. And I know people probably like, why? What does a video game matter? It does matter, because if you between the ages like 6, 8 to being a teenager, you keeping up. Just like USC, when they came out with the game, it kind of killed boxing for a minute.
Right.
It's not in your face like that.
Right.
So with American sports, you got 2K baseball, you got Madden every year, you got 2K basketball. Is in your face every time. If you get what I'm saying.
Yeah. The advertising aspect.
So G Fish, let me ask you a different question here. In that,
hold on, before you say that, I don't know. Y'all need to go ahead and pick up that Undisputed, or that joint fire.
Oh, I got it. I already had it for 2 years. I told you.
No, I ain't talking about you, man. I'm just saying. I know you already on it, brother. All right, go ahead and do that.
What's the most watched sporting event in the last 2 years worldwide?
Soccer.
No. It
What?
was actually the Cricket World Cup in India.
Whoa. What?
Oh, yeah. Exceeded the NFL, Rugby League, World Cup soccer by billions. Right?
Wow.
Now you gotta remember that India the cricket playing nations, Pakistan, all those sorts of things, it was huge, right? So when I hear things like the best show in the world for the Super Bowl, it's the best show in the world if you've got the blinkers on and you're in a glass house. Because what you're really not doing is you're not having a look outside of your own fence.
No,
right?
you talking about a cricket season. I'm talking about one game, winner take all. And I'm just only saying, in the glass house. I'm saying that's the one American sport where they broadcast that everywhere is winner
That
take
one
all.
game.
That one
That
game.
one game.
We get it over here in Australia, but look, I'll do some homework for you, G-Fish, and I'll guarantee you that internationally, like across the whole world, right, even though that you over there in the States that they broadcast the Super Bowl, it is actually not the highest watched sport in the world for a single or a seasonal
No, definitely not. Definitely not
sporting event,
a seasonal. And that's
right?
what I'm saying. I
So
was just saying one game. As far as cricket, as far as equivalent to cricket, Americans is not going to be attached to it because the equivalent
no,
to us would be baseball. People gonna
yeah,
watch baseball before they watch cricket in the United States.
but now we're talking about a market, and this is what I'm talking to you about from a business sense. You
Hmm.
can look at a market that is just US based, that boxing or some area of boxing just look at. And I'm saying that with the internet, with streaming, with apps, the market is now international. So, how do you appeal to your international market, right? Where boxing, NFL, NHL,
I can
NBA,
I can
right?
answer that though. I can answer that real quick I don't want to go heavy into football. We talking about boxing, but as far as marketing aspect, is the first game this season was me and Slick 50 team. They took the team and put them in Brazil, and each year that they put at least 3 or 4 games in the UK and Germany, and in the NBA they take like the preseason games. They playing in Germany. They playing in Mexico. They playing in Japan. So eventually, it's going to be an NFL team or a basketball team on the other side of the water in a minute. And eventually, they're going to try to put an NFL team. Don't be surprised if you in the next couple of years it'll be a preseason game in Australia because we got 2 Australian players that's on the Eagles now. They trying to tap into that market. But as far as the cricket, I don't disagree with you on that. There's other sports that we not into, but it get mass watched, especially like soccer. Like soccer is not big in the United States, even though we got our own league over here.
Yeah, look, I guess probably what I'm saying in reflection is just saying that once upon a time, without question, whether it was 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, the mecca of boxing was the US. It absolutely was, right? If you wanted to make a name for yourself, earn money, all those
Mhm.
sorts of things, it was US. But over time, particularly with the internet, streaming apps, and all those sorts of things where people can watch sports easily from their couch overseas, doesn't matter what sport it is, whether it's soccer, cricket, union, whatever, right? If you've only got a mindset that you want to control the US, I'm of the opinion that you're losing out on what is there, 350, maybe 400 million in the US. And then you look at India that's got 2
I'll be right
billion.
back, fellas.
You look at China that's got what have you. I just think that you're circumventing a potential marketing base that you're not tapping into. That's all.
But that's what I was saying. they got away from. You go by generations, right? So if the sport is put in your face when you were a kid, you're gonna follow that sport. At one point, like the '90s was jumping. Like you had Tyson, you had um a plethora of boxers, right? Like Winky Wright, Sweet Pea Whitaker. You had a whole bunch of them, and we was following it at a young age because we had a game to play with it. What I'm saying, it took a nosedive. The younger generation is not following boxing because it's not put in their face at an earlier age. If you get what I'm saying, it's like you planting a seed. So when I was talking about, like, from American standpoint, when you're a kid, the other three major sports is put in your face on a daily, so you just follow it. If you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, look, I'm not going to argue with you. I'm just saying that there's probably some, in my opinion, there's a few things. Like once the world went woke and you can't upset anyone, combat sports actually took a hit in that area. But instead of us going around, I'd like to hear your thoughts on what model you'd like to see boxing adopt. Whether
Oh no,
it's
I'm not. I think you're getting me confused. I'm not disagreeing with you, DJ. What I'm saying is, I feel like boxing lost itself in the United States, where we had something, and then the rest of the world appreciated more. Is a difference. Is a clear difference on the other side than our side. If you get what I'm saying, like a quick example, say like a small town that got a football team, right? Like say they got a college team versus a city that got a major league team, right? And they got other things going on. They might not go to that major league sport team because that city has other things going on. Versus a small town, everything stops on that Friday night to go watch that, right? So like, it's more boxing is more appreciated on the other side than where it used to be on the United States. And the only reason I was bringing up the kid part is I feel like that's where they dropped the ball. You're not reaching out. You're not replenishing your future fans.
yeah,
You're not putting it in their face.
I don't disagree with you at all. We had a bit of a discussion about this and all the influences on 913's boxing live, where we really got into the middle of it. And I'm not an expert on this. I can only talk to, I guess, peripherally what I see from a different country and a different culture looking in. And I've been pretty lucky that people like Slick, Punch, Nine, yourself, Tio, RC have accommodated my questions. It's a perception that I get that I still believe that boxing today is a really hard sport to get into when you're trying to look across so many different areas, apps, subscriptions, pay-per-views, rankings don't make sense to you. It really is, unless you actually have an appetite to actually love the contest, it would be one of the easiest sports to walk away from because it's too confusing. You know, whether it's judges, whether it's inconsistencies, sanctioning bodies, those sorts. And that's the point that I'm trying to make. And it's not just US based. I'm a huge sporting fan. Mark and I are watching motor racing right now, right? I'll watch cricket, I'll watch league, I'll watch NFL, I'll watch anything that actually interests me. The problem I've got in watching any sport is if it doesn't make sense to me, I don't understand it, so I'll walk away.
Yeah, I was only talking about it. I guess you was talking about from a world aspect. I was just saying how I feel like how boxing. I think boxing, to me, in my opinion, I think boxing is better than UFC, right? But boxing lost me with belts that I don't. It's like it's too many belts. It's too many politics. And then it was a point where they wasn't advertising the boxers like that. Now,
Right.
the reason why Slick got a passion for it is go back to what I said. When we were kids, it was put in our face constantly. We had Mike Tyson to look up to.
Right. Roy Jones.
And then and when Mike Tyson was knocking people out, what did they come out with? Mike Tyson Punch Out.
Right.
Then they came out with Fight Night.
Marketed it. Right.
Yeah, they don't market it like that.
Kid, every kid on my block had a set of boxing. They toy box. You know,
and it's important. The reason why I'm saying that is because they planted that seed a long time ago, which entails years later you got GMT Sports.
Right. And also it like you say, the marketing was a big thing because a big real reason. I remember growing up, every Saturday we used to go to my grandma's house, my grandpa's house, and we watched. It used to be something called The Wide World of Sports. It came on ABC, and they wore yellow jackets. You saw college games, but they would switch back and forth between college games, and a boxing match was always on. It'd be Sugar Ray Leonard. It'd be big names, but this was on regular TV. You know what I mean? This is before pay-per-view, but you knew you was watching the boxing. And the crazy part, we say, oh, it's on early in the morning. Dude, I remember watching Sugar Ray Leonard at 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock, noon. You get what I'm saying? I remember boxing, a special event of boxing would come on Tuesday. Right?
And on HBO, because that's how I figured out, all right, when I started watching Mayweather early, before I knew who he was, and Prince Nassim, when he used to do the flip over the ropes.
Yeah, so like we had outlets, and then like he just said, cable came in, and HBO boxing was the shit. You know what I'm saying? But you got a lot of great boxing, and it was always around, and people talked about it and things like that, and it was in the forefront. You had boxers and commercials. You had Sugar Ray Leonard in a Coke commercial. You had it was either Pepsi or Coke. He had Wheaties. You know, it was a big thing. Your big sport figures was on cereal boxes and all sorts of stuff. And it's like, in that aspect of it, that's where I feel like the promoters dropped off. You know what I mean? I'm gonna give you a prime example how I know it can come back, DJ. Ryan Garcia said a lot of stupid shit, right? But everybody, every kid knows him though. You wanna know how? A goddamn Gatorade commercial. Dude was on a straight Gatorade commercial, bro. You see what I'm saying? Who is that?
Dropped off.
Yeah, he popped back on. He was on a Gatorade commercial, bro. He was marketing himself. He had all the right. He had a Ford. It was either Ford or Chevy commercial. Like his manager was marketing his face. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. And the kids go crazy over Ryan though, bro. And the proof's in the pudding. Every time I do a video on Ryan, that motherfucker clears over 100. I mean, clears 1,000.
Yeah.
Clears 1K on my channel because the kids looking for him. And if you take a boxer and market him the right way, you know what I'm saying, and get his face out there, it will help shape the sport. You see what I'm saying?
And I won't disagree with what DJ was saying. It was kind of like it was kind of like where I was trying to explain it to him, like from American aspect, as far as like we had the ball and now we just don't value the ball like that, like real rap, right? Now the rappers from the 90s was idolized, but they're not idolized today. But they can go over to the UK and Germany and they popping like they was in the 90s.
Because they value
so it's kind of it's the same thing in boxing. Where we valued it, now we don't because of all the politics and stuff. But in other countries, they value that. What's the guy named Connor?
Connor Ben?
No, I don't know why I forgot his name. The guy that's from Ireland that was UFC that fought Mayweather.
Conor McGregor.
Yeah, but with his country value that.
Yeah. He got bare knuckle fighting now, but they do that there. You know what I'm saying? And I watch all that shit, bro. But like, it's 100% just the marketing. Like, it's a business, but you got to market your business. Like, they don't billboards. Like, we knew when a big fight was fucking coming out, bro. Like, if a big fight was coming on Saturday, boy, they'd have a commercial on that shit. all the way 4 weeks out. You get what I'm saying? Constant reminder, hey, this fight coming on Saturday. Tune in to HBO. You know what I'm saying?
I get ragged on about UFC. Like you watch UFC or whatever. When it kicked off, I remember you couldn't watch UFC. It used UFC, not even UFC. It used to be that type of fighting used to come on like late night, like 2 in the morning, and you had to find that weird channel to watch. Right?
I knew it before then. I remember you couldn't watch UFC unless it was on or MMA. It was on the tape, a VHS tape. You had to get it from Blockbuster.
Yeah, but see, to me, I'm just talking about for me and mine. So it was cool, but then when it got the UFC, it never really clicked for me. I wish boxing was back at the same popularity.
Well,
over UFC.
Once the way boxing is now, that's how UFC was.
Yeah.
UFC had no marketability. They had no rules. It was the Wild Wild West. You could be 300 pounds fighting a dude that was 112. You see what I'm saying? The shit you see in the movies used to really be like that, man. I remember watching this big fat motherfucker fight this cat from a foreign country. He was about 150 pounds. And he jumped on this fat dude back. Dude just fell backward and crushed his rib cage. They used to literally give the people in the front row plastic so the blood wouldn't get on them. The government jumped in and said, "No, you can't do this shit." That's where the backyard fighting term come in. And they made it a law. So they end up getting weight classes, and they end up selling UFC. Another company that got it now, TKO, right? And well, actually, went to these two brothers, the Salida brothers, something like that, right? They sold TKO recently, but nevertheless, they turned it to a business. They sold all the assets except the name, and they turned it to a business. That business in turn turned to marketability. That's when you start seeing it on Fox for free, right? The Contender, that UFC Contender shit, right? All of that shit. You start seeing everything with
WWE.
Right. It start being in your fucking face. Right. They start fucking with WWE. Kim Shamrock was over there. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he's from the old school UFC. That role he played was based off what he used to really do in the UFC, break niggas' arms. You get what I'm saying? So like that was the marketing of it. Boxing fell off with the marketing. We used to have a show called The Contender, right? What's my boy name? Sabaka. Sabaka. He come from there. He was a champion. So a lot of people came from that show, and we thought it was back on the up and up, and then it just disappeared. The show just disappeared. UFC took that spot. Fox. UFC was on every channel, and that's what put them larger than life right now. Boxing needs to get back on that same threshold. You see what I'm saying? You gotta advertise yourself. You gotta get yourself out there, especially now we got Undisputed and ain't none of them backing. There's certain fighters ain't on there because of stupid ass promotions. Like I feel like all the hottest boxers should have been on here. Or at least had something to tell you up and coming. Now I've played this damn game for 2 years. There's some people that's on there now, right? I play with all of them. But there's some more people that's on there. They just haven't released yet that I played with. There's boxers from Ireland. There was even UFC fighters on there.
Yeah.
On this game. They just haven't released it yet. You get what I'm saying? All that shit coming. But like Shakur Stevenson was never in the beta. Amongst a couple other people, I can't think offhand that should have been on Jamel Herring. They got a guy on there that looked like Jamel Herring, but it's not him. But like there should have been other people, and I think it's just all contractual disputes with a promoter. You don't never know what's in their contract. They can't do shit without getting a piece, and they might just say fuck it.
I just wish boxing get back the way it used to be too, and it was on something you ain't done. It's not on something you can fight wherever you want to fight. It's on something like the top 10 class, and you go with that rank, just like in the game when you followed it.
Right.
And the next 3 is in contention to fight for that belt, and you gotta fight them. It's on something you can't dance around it. And I think once the game got away from that, people just was like, you know what? I'm gonna just go ahead and follow something else.
Right, exactly, DJ. He said, ask yourself before the internet, how did I know about Oscar, Winky, Mayweather, Trinidad, and Roy Jones? Right. They was out there. Roy Jones on a commercial. Now a commercial that nigga Roy had his hands on his wife's die every time. Put his hands on him like he was fucking Superman, bro.
DJ, we on the same page. That's what I'm saying. It was put in your face. And I mean, of course, I know who Sweet Pete Whitaker is from the city next to my city. So
Right.
like we already knew who he was, but Oscar De La Hoya was everywhere when he was killed.
Hell yeah. But that's what I'm saying. So like, the marketability is the main problem of boxing today. Like, dude, Tank should be larger than life, bro.
Yeah.
Tank should be that dude, bro. We ain't had a guy larger than life since Mayweather. But see, Mayweather had the 24/7. He was the king of HBO. He had, you know what I'm saying? And HBO was very good at marketing boxing. You know why? Because we knew we had Friday night fights and there was going to be a fight on Saturday on HBO. We knew it.
You had Mayweather going against the Big Show in WWE. You had Tyson and Stone Cold.
Yep. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's crazy though. You know what I mean? But hopefully one day I'll get back there, and that's why I think Turkey don't get to play to get over here, because it's not as easy as other countries, because they respect it more.
And he's not a boxer, but he played that character. And then you had Rocky too, the movie. Like you had a bunch of stuff
influence.
like you had the Clubber Lane, you had Mr. T and all that, right? But you had some type of boxing. Yeah, you had some type of form of boxing, whether it was a movie, advertisement, it was put in your face.
Yep. Even on the side of buses. Remember they used to put billboards on the side of the bus?
Don't you use Tank as an example, fighting tomato cans?
No, I'm saying what I'm saying is, if they were like, look, like I get an example about Ryan. My kids know who Ryan is because they got damn Gatorade commercial. You see what I'm saying?
Who? Devin Haney who?
Right, look at it.
Hey, or Tommy Hearns on Martin.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the basis of boxing, no question, has come from the US, right? The building blocks. But I feel like they just haven't evolved into this current generation, whether you love it or you hate it. This current generation where people get to actually use the internet to their advantage, don't believe everything that they've told, and it's hard to work out. Like Slick, you just made a video 2 days ago or yesterday about how the hell does Spence jump the line and fight Fondora in front of what the fans want to see, potentially the best pound for pound fighter get in the ring.
Right.
That's robbing the fans.
Right.
How do you not want to see Bud Crawford in the ring as often as you can before he retires as a fan?
Right.
But that's what I'm saying, DJ. We was actually typically on the same page. I was just saying it from an American aspect, because there was one point you couldn't pick who you wanted to fight. It was the next 2-3 in line from you, which was that you had to fight. The 2 and 3 would have to fight each other to get a chance at the belt.
At the champ. Right. And then right, exactly. That's why Bernard Hopkins is notorious for fighting his mandatories. That's one fighter I know for a fact that like literally fought every mandatory. You know what I mean? And that's just how it was. That's how you kept yourself tested. That's how you got the birth of new stars and things like that. There's so many aspects in this. Like I said, now everybody want to see this boxer go against another top tier boxer. If you do that, it won't be no fucking body.
Well, we've got suckered into, I won't say we, but a lot of fans have got suckered into division shopping and fantasy fights. Like, stop it. Like, T.O. fighting Bud? Fuck the hell off.
Right, like, that's just stupid.
I'm not about to get fucking serious here. Fuck off, T.O. You've got no right to be in the ring with Bud at 154 because you've got work at 140.
Right.
Just stop it. You know, like these, someone's Inouye versus Tank. You're drunk. Like, Inouye works at 122, 126. Why would he go to 130 or 135 to fight Tank? It don't make sense.
Right. Didn't want to call him a duck or something. At that.
The lure is the marketability.
Right.
What the fans need to start
Mark-
demanding is, let's make sure he's the top dog in his own division. Do
Thank
that
you.
first.
That's why I
Do
said you got to
that.
beat your class. Beat your class up, man.
Mark says
Do that.
Tank would be huge overseas if he took more challenging fights.
Yeah, that's a doubt. He'd be bigger here too. He's big here, but he'd be even bigger. There's no reason for Ryan to be bigger than Tank, bro.
Maybe I'm just biased. I don't know. I never went on the UFC wave. I just felt like I wish I didn't jump off the train of boxing because that's what I grew up on. And now, like I try to keep up. Like that's why I tune in here because y'all really know more about me because I done kind of like dip off from it. But
Right.
I wish it never dipped the way I can still follow it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I feel like boxing, when boxing was on in the United States, it was on, and the climate was different. NFL and the NBA wasn't as big in the 90s. It was boxing, and it was boxing and baseball at one point.
Right. If boxing was still like that, there would be no need for me on here. I'd probably be doing reactions to the matches. That's about it. You get what I'm saying? It's to the point where if you want no boxing news, you got to hit the tube, bro. You got
Hey,
to.
Fish, I'll tell you right now, the only thing that's probably kept me in boxing at the moment with the politics and the corruption is the good people I've met. That's it. If I had not have met good people, I'd be out. I'd be watching something else. And I'm a massive sports junkie. I'll watch any sport. Fuck, I'll watch darts in the UK. 120.
Right.
But,
That shit crazy.
yeah. So it's just about how you promote your product, and sometimes the greed.
Shit, it was one point that poker had got huge on ESPN.
Sure did. It took
That's
over,
not
didn't
a
it?
sport.
It's not a sport, but yeah, they was promoting that bitch like a sport.
Oh my God, that shit was taking over fucking on both of ESPN2 and regular ESPN. Like, what the fuck is this shit, man? I don't care about them playing cards. Like, sitting at the table, told this is the WCS.
Hey, look, I was looking at it like, yo, you want to see something entertaining then you need to go ahead and put spades on the card.
Right. But that shit was crazy, bro. But it did, DJ. They were showing fucking the World Series of Poker. Bullshit you not. That's what they was calling it, the World Series of Poker.
Yeah, look, I've caught a little bit of it. Are they VAR tested? But
right. Like, what the fuck?
See, y'all got me going down memory lane. Look, hold on, DJ. Look, I know Slick know this. It used to be what, like on a Saturday or Sunday when they had bowling championship.
Yep.
They don't even have none of that no more.
Nope, sure don't. What was it called? A PB Pro Bowling Circuit? It was PB something. Pro Bowling. I think it was Pro Bowling Circuit.
Yeah. What was you saying, DJ? I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good. So you don't get out of here scot-free. If you're aware of the card that's coming up, everyone that's come up here gets asked the same question. Roll through the Riyadh card and who you picking.
Man, he be... You be trying to put me on blast, right?
No. I'm treating you as equally as I can because I've asked the same question, or Slick's asked the same question.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. But that's what I'm trying to Slick. Don't be asking me.
He don't know the card. He don't know the card. Do you at least know about Beterbiev and Bivol?
Nah, you know what time it is.
Right, yeah. Right, it's football. He don't know. But it's gonna be a good fight tomorrow, though, bro.
But
the main event is free, bro, on ESPN.
So they fighting tomorrow. So you gonna be on tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna be watching the undercard. That's $20, but a mishap happened where they gonna put the main event over here in America on ESPN.
Like, check this out. And y'all probably like, this is weird. Well, not you, Slick, because you know, me and relationship is different. So like, even when I'm at work, if I'm not watching, I got it on and I'll be listening
Right.
to when y'all talk. Just like tonight, I might not know everything that's going on, but I'll be in here listening.
That's what it do.
I
Yeah, I'm
like
definitely. You know, I'm
different
gonna be on.
opinions, G Fish. We've kicked off a completely different conversation, so I enjoy it too, even though it's on GMT's channel. But listen, 9 hours time. Go and have a look on GMT's channel. Hit the notification because he'll be live, and go from there. Get involved or sit back and watch.
It's why
And
everyone but Tyson watching.
I'm gonna chip Slick. I'm gonna chip you too, if that's all
Uh huh.
right. Here's my constructive criticism.
Let's go.
I have to go into one of your videos to find your shop. I've been in there looking at t-shirts, tumblers, coffee mugs, all sorts of things in there, but you actually don't have the link on your main channel. You actually have to go into one of your videos to find it. Get it up there because
Where's it? Oh my, what you mean? Over here on GMT Sports?
Yeah.
What you mean? Where's
So if I go to your channel and I hit the links in your main channel, right?
Oh, okay. Now I know what you're talking about. You're talking about the main page. Yeah,
your main page. Your link to your shop's missing. I've got to go into one of your videos to find it.
Yeah.
The next question is, are your tumblers insulated? Are they for cold or hot drinks?
I think they're for both, to be honest with you. But you just have to, it should tell you in the description. Yeah, it should tell, because see what it is, it's a store. It's like, I don't have the stuff here. I'm not mailing it out. You know what I'm saying?
That's all right. I'm just asking a question.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know?
I think they're for both, though. I think they're for both. And and if you don't, it's njrmediastore.com. I'll be forgetting to put that on because I got it where it comes at the top. I always forget to cut it on. But
I'm always.
And I got that GMT NWO shirt.
What'd you say?
The GMT NWO shirt.
Oh yeah. I'm about to revamp that store. I'm gonna change some of the products out because there's stuff in there that I need to get up out of there though. But I got a whole other thing too. Other shirts that I want to do.
I don't want the shirts. I want a judge's table tumbler, so I can put my cold beer into it or my hot coffee.
Yeah, I got to update the store because like at one point in time, this was called it was GMT Sports now, but it was GMT Boxing. So it's some stuff in there still says GMT Boxing, and in the red corner boxing, that's in there. But I definitely need to do a judge's table.
I'm gonna buy two.
Section.
One for me and Mark.
Right on, appreciate it, bro. And I ain't forgot. I gotta look. You wanted some sleeves, right?
No, I didn't want them. I was just asking whether you had them, and I went in there looking for them because they. I don't know. I guess from a business point of view, they're pretty cheap to make, and then you can put whatever price you're on. But let's not get it twisted here. The freight from the US to America, the US to Australia, well, we might have to have that discussion privately, but you're nearly paying more for the freight than what you are for the product.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
I don't know I don't know if they'll let me change that, but.
Nah, what you got to do is just have the conversation with a couple of us and say, well, whatever it is, we'll get it sorted.
Mm-hmm. We'll
Nothing
make it happen.
better than Riyadh season, sitting up there with a tumbler with my beer in it, judge's table. Get it in ya.
Oh, we are.
I hear you.
Oh, we are. Well, I gotta help you find money to find another store.
Yeah. I've been looking at a couple.
Natural.
Yeah, I've been looking at a couple. Yep. But fellas, I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down here. We're reaching that 4-hour mark. I can get sleep so because I got to get up back on this thing at 10:30. Well,
Only
11.
you get a rest. None of us, no one else gets a rest.
Right, because what time is it there? It's evening time there, ain't it?
It's 6 p.m. here. So
Yeah.
it'll start in 9 hours.
Yep. Yeah, I'm going to take me a nap. Take you a nap, DJ. I'm going to take me a nap.
All right, Slick. All right, DJ.
All right, bro. Right on, G-Fish. I'll see you tomorrow, DJ.
Good night. Thank you.
Right on. All right, everybody, man. Hey, thank you to everybody who showed up and showed out. All 678 of y'all, man. But I need one favor. When y'all come up in this thing, man, wipe your feet. In other words, hit that like button. And if you like what you hear, man, hey, a great way to really, really support the channel is hit the subscribe button. We still on that mission, baby, to get to 10,000. You understand me, man? I only need about 9,000 more people. But hey, I appreciate y'all either way. Everybody who was active in the chat, that helps out a lot too as well, man. Make sure y'all show out. I will be back here tomorrow, 11 p.m. Make sure I'm sleepy, y'all. I'm sorry. 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. All right. Show up, show out. All right. Salute to everybody over there on X that's holding it down. I still got 19 people on X checking me out. Hey, salute to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Hey, share the vid if you can over there on X. Hit that follow button, man. Y'all make sure y'all come back too. All right. I am your boy Slick 50, man. And I'm up out of here. Deuces.